Okay, we're live with another Cartridge Club Hangout. I'm here with Oaz. How's it going, man?
Going well. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Time got a little bit away from me in the evening, so it's starting a little later than usual, but whatever. Oh, there's Cody.
Things happen.
Hey, Cody.
Oh, Cody's here. Time to go.
Yeah, sorry, I'll be right back. I gotta go get a pizza. Oops, I kicked the table.
That happened. What was it? Three? Well, I guess it was more than 3 weeks
He
ago.
didn't even have his headphones on, so he couldn't appreciate my light jab. Yeah, you gotta
sometimes
do the bleh, getting tongue tied right away. Do your microphone, Cody. Your mic's off.
I can't hear you.
All right.
I hear you.
I keep forgetting that it needs to do that.
Okay, how's it going?
Good. I just heard you say something about jabbing at somebody, so I was like, jabbing at somebody, huh?
Jabbing at you.
Yeah, when you came on, it's like, oh, I'll be right back. I just gotta go get a pizza real quick.
Oh, that's all right. I didn't have pizza this week.
No, that's fine. It's just, as I said, a light jab. Hey, self-destructo in the chat.
Hello. Hey, you guys.
So, you guys got anything interesting to talk about?
I don't have any pickups or anything. Haven't really done anything hugely crazy. Although I'm really wanting to get the Steel Battalion controllers for the original Xbox.
Ooh, nice.
That thing looks so much fun, but that price tag.
Dude, I had that thing when it originally came out too. Freaking, it was only like, what was it back then when it originally released? Like $199 maybe? I'm trying to think of what it was.
No idea, but if and when Musty joins, he has one, if not several of them. So you would be the one to ask.
I think I remember seeing.
Yeah, but did he buy it originally though? Because I remember I bought mine originally.
No, I don't believe so.
And I think I got it at, the price is way cheaper.
Probably a couple $100
now. Yeah, I think it was like $199, and like, that was considered an expensive one. I remember when I got that box, it was just huge. I was like, holy shit, And like, the sad part is I bought the other game too, Steel Battalion. Shit, it was just straight up online, no missions or nothing. And
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the name either.
It was pretty cool, but I mean, that game was so damn complicated. I don't know. I let it just pass me by, and I ended up, when I offloaded all my stuff, that was one of the first things to go.
Yeah, that's one of those things you either are really happy to have it or you just don't care.
Well, it's just so big. I mean, I don't know where I would put it.
Line of Contact was the second game, according to Musty in the chat.
Yep. Line of Contact. Yeah, and I mean, it's pretty damn advanced too, It's not, I mean, even to this day, I bet if it was thrown in front of somebody, that isn't used to that kind of setup, they'd be like, shit, what's going on here?
Yeah, the trick of that game is literally nobody is used to that setup. So
you just have to be a little bit more used to it than everybody else.
Yeah, it's like you either have it and have played it, or you have no idea what the hell's happening.
Let's see if I can see what it originally, the original price point was. All right, so somebody joked that the $200 cost was for the controller, while the game disc was free. So $200 brand new.
Yeah, buy this giant controller and we'll throw the game in.
Yeah. Act now.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, this is also the only game you can play with it.
Yeah. Oh, there's Musty.
Yep.
It was $200. Who's got 200 so I can borrow?
I don't think Musty has that second one anymore. You can confirm or deny, but I believe that was missing the pedals. I don't remember what the status was on that. It's been a while since it came up. He only has one controller now.
That Google control on the side of the screen looks like the control from the freaking game.
Yeah.
The shift.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean now.
Yeah. That was the shifter.
Yeah. Only interesting thing for me this week is this month really is a little while ago they started construction on townhouses in what was supposed to be the protected green space next to my house. Yeah, they decided to do the major digging over the last couple weeks. So that's been
we can actually make money doing this.
Yeah, it's
noise pollution.
A lot of noise. My
pollution.
house is basically a seismic event for half the day.
Yeah.
Not fantastic.
There's construction around the house.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess I did have something interesting happen. Sunday night, we had internet outage. No big deal.
Yeah.
But we came back on Monday, and they're like, oh, nope, everything's fine on our end. Your modem's dead. Or we can come out. Well, they didn't say that, but we can come out and take a look. But if it's on your end, it's going to cost you $75. So I was like, let's see if a new modem will fix it. So we got a new modem. That's my pickup. I can't show it to you though because it's kind of in use.
Yeah, if you showed it, you'd kind of disappear.
Look.
Yeah, and I got, and he's gone.
I just did training. I just did a extrication training with the fire department tonight, and it's freaking cold out. Stood outside in the cold for 2 hours.
But yeah, the X-Link Kai is kind of, since you can play it online now, it would definitely be fun to have the controller and play some online with it.
Which game again?
Steel Battalion.
Oh, okay.
Still on that.
I really want what's his name to get in here. Living in the 80s season 2 guy. Duke.
Oh, you mean Stuck in the 80s?
Yeah.
Yeah, he comes on sometimes.
You need to get Duke in here. That guy seems like a maniac. Sometimes. I want to meet Duke.
Duke or the Duke of Earl?
He is both. In my opinion, he is the Duke of Pimp.
Oh. That seems to be a frequent catchphrase for you.
It is.
Yeah, it does.
Been using
I think
that
is his
time.
catchphrase.
Yeah. Everybody takes it wrong too. It's like, it's not bad. Especially you, Oaz. Oaz has it blocked in his Twitch chat, so I can't even say the real word. So I'll go around it with some wording.
With a Y.
Yeah. Use a Y instead of an I.
Yeah, I'm honestly not entirely sure on that one.
It works. Pimp.
It works for now, but if I decide to, but you're the one that's using it, so it's not a problem. There's some other, Joe Schmo comes in, it's gonna be like, no, you're done. You're toast. You're gonna have to get more creative now.
You have to be so harsh, man.
Because sometimes I stream with my wife and daughter.
Yeah,
and my nephew was in the chat the other day.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
So he sees that stuff. Sorry about that.
But I mean, he's a teenager. I mean, I know that the kids see that stuff, but I think it's good to show them, hey, you know what? You don't have to use such color. You can use more imaginative language when you're frustrated than just resulting to 4-letter words.
Yeah, it's like it's that thing where it's like if you keep using it, it loses its meaning for words like that you used to like completely roll your eyes at as a kid. But then you get older and it starts to kind of make sense. After you've hung out with kids who use it way too much for years.
Yeah. And that's the thing is the frequency of it. It's okay, fine. Yeah. Everyone gets frustrated once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah, but it's like you can't tell if they say it all the time.
Yeah.
And
except for Cody and Pimp.
Well, I got a real good buddy in town. He says that all the time, so I think it just kind of rubbed off
on you. No escaping it now.
Just how we talk.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about the safety of that one, to be honest. But with you, I know it's not malicious, so I'll just leave it alone for now.
Well, I mean, dude, if you look it up in the Urban Dictionary, let me do an Urban
the
Dictionary.
most reliable source.
Yeah. Urban.
Right up there with Wikipedia.
Yeah,
that's
man.
right.
I mean,
hey, Abraham Lincoln gave his stamp of approval.
I'm gonna Urban Dictionary it because I guarantee you the secondary meaning is not what everybody thinks it is.
Yeah, I'd rather just move on from it, to be perfectly honest with you. Move on to something else.
Oh man, that's hilarious, dude.
How about them Bears? The Bears aren't even playing, but how are they doing?
Man. Hilarious.
The only thing I can think of to talk about right now is the split of Bungie and Activision.
Oh yeah,
that is good. That
is interesting.
That is good.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what they're going to do now that they have less. I want to say less oversight, but that's probably not the right way to put it. But like more control over their own game. Like they were being constrained with like yearly schedules that they had to maintain, whether they had something interesting to put out or not.
Yeah, and more creative freedom.
Yeah. There's always been like,
dude.
It's fine. But
oh man.
Oh, we lost Cody again.
Yep.
Oh, dude. Those freaking Urban Dictionaries are hilarious. To see if
Blizzard, sorry. If if Bungie decides to get another partner, if they're just going to go it alone from here on out.
You know, Bungie
down Battle.net.
Yeah, they're probably going to go it alone as much as they can, because they did kind of the same thing with Microsoft, but they were owned by them before. It wasn't just a business partnership.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you know, they wanted to do a lot more with the story with Bungie, or with Destiny, and like I'm really hoping that that they decide to actually follow through with their original vision with the next one somehow. You know.
Yeah,
I think the thing that will throw people off about that is they're so used to that old school style now. And that type of gameplay and run and gun and no RPG element storyline type thing, you know, that might throw people away too now. But I mean, I think they got the combat down now. If they throw a good story in it and use it right and actually make like a world that's genuinely free to roam, you know.
I like the world. It's just
they had combat down in the first game. I don't know. There was times I just played because I just was in the first one just running around just shooting stuff, not because I needed anything. It could be fun to go out and just farm stuff.
Yeah, the gameplay loop was really good. Like it was a great game. It still is a great game. Just throw on some podcasts you're behind on and just do random crap, because you don't really have to pay attention. Like after you've beaten the story and you've done most of the quests and they've got the bounties and everything, you can just kind of run around and farm stuff while you listen to something. But it's just kind of like the great thing about Destiny 1, at least after like Taken King and a couple updates, is because that's when I jumped in, so I can't really speak to how it was before that, but I know it was problematic in terms of just being kind of meh, is they got the gameplay loop down really good, and they had a lot of good post-game content to do. Even if it was just busy work, it was still fun because of the loop. And but there wasn't really much of a story to speak of. And then with 2, they had a story that was pretty decent, and the levels were fun, and you go through that, and you get to the end, and it's like, and now what do I do? So it's like the reverse. Is like all story and no end game versus great end game and no story.
Yeah. Sorry, I haven't made it through all of the second one. I got it on PC. And I haven't gotten any of the DLCs, but I got it free in a humble monthly bundle or something.
Yeah, they gave it away for a while. And they were just giving it away flat out for free on Battle.net for a while, and they gave it away on PSN. Yeah. One of my thoughts of like one of the great ways for them to capitalize on having the IP again and just taking advantage of that is, hey, you were giving the core game away anyway. Alter the microtransactions and make the core game free to play. Everything before Forsaken, just make it free to play.
Yeah.
You get a lot of people jumping in, seeing what the game has to offer, maybe buying a few cosmetics, provided they change the consumable shader system. Get rid of that immediately.
Yeah, that part. I was like, why would you make the shaders consumable? That was bizarre.
I have to imagine that, yeah, put it in Game Pass. That's another good option. But doing it free to play for the core experience would be just more practical because it applies to every console and PC. Well, everything but Switch. The only game like this that you can play on Switch is Warframe, which is better depending on who you ask. But yeah, I hope they change that. That's one of those ones that kind of reeks of Activision, where it's like you gotta make something incentive for people to buy crap with real money. So it's like consumable shaders.
More than just dance emotes.
Yeah.
Well, you guys heard that they're looking at there was some money, illegal stuff going on too. Sounds like.
What?
You mean with the dances?
No, with the company. Like the CEO took like a $10 billion bonus or something like that. Or
are you talking about Gearbox?
No, I'm talking about Activision.
Oh.
It was literally just posted a couple days ago too when they announced that. There's some stuff about it, floating out there. I don't know how much of it's true, but they were saying that there's I don't know what the heck they call that. Not embezzlement, but anyways, yeah, something going on. Some fraud. There was fraud going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Musty's saying Gearbox as well, but yeah, I know there's stuff going on with its Randy Pitchford, I think, but I can't remember if it's just the one thing or not, and if that might be something else. I do not remember.
But I mean that's pretty big if that's Activision and they're going to get nailed for fraud. It's like they're going to see a shitstorm, and I think that frickin' Blizzard, if they can get the hell out of the deal, they need to. I mean, take the hit, the fine, whatever, pay back Activision, whatever that you got to pay in the long run, but get the hell away from them because I think they're going to go down hard.
Well, I pulled up Kotaku to try and roll down and find that, and lo and behold, more news at the top of the page. Not that, but not surprising either. EA cancels open world Star Wars game.
Star Wars is getting burnt out, dude, after they did those micro chess games out of them. It's just like nobody wants that crap.
Yeah, that's again studio meddling or publisher meddling. Don't know what the correct way to say that is. It like you keep wanting to say editorial something, but whatever. Mixing up my terms.
I want to get some of the Transformer guys in here. You're a Transformer guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about this Galaxy Force stuff?
First I'm hearing of it.
Transformers.
Galaxy Force?
Do a look, dude. Like, I'm looking up Galaxy Force, and I'm coming across a ton of Transformers. Like,
are you talking about something current or from like the mid-2000s? Early mid-2000s?
I would have no idea. It's just Transformer, Galaxy Force, Cybertron.
Are the Transformers looking, and this is not a brag, this is just the one I have on the side of me right now. They look kind of like this? Cybertron. Like this kind of aesthetic?
Not that blocky. They look a little less.
Yeah, but not G1-ish.
They're like, it says GD03 for Starscream. This one I found, and then
because
yeah, it's a Voyager. It's Transformers Galaxy Force Cybertron Starscream GD-03 Voyager.
Yeah, you were showing the Galvatron there, or Megatron.
And then there's like a Vector Prime, and
I'll present you, Cody. Show that again. It was.
Let's see. Sorry, I was on my eBay. So what is that? Is that like a special series run they did, or
that might be Armada?
I don't remember what it is. I got it.
Galaxy Force
with Optimus. My brother got Optimus, and I kept this one.
I want to say Galaxy Force is one of the early 2000s anime series, which I watched the hell out of because that just hit me at the right time. Like between the ages of 10 and 13.
No, I'm just saying, you guys that collect Transformers, I mean, check out this Galaxy Force stuff. I mean, it looks actually really cool looking too. Like, Here's one that's a Takara Tommy build from Japan.
Tommy?
And it looks freaking badass. You know, I'm not a fan of it, but I mean, it looks definitely different than regular U.S. Transformers.
Yeah, that's the one from 2005. Oof, that's 2005. I was watching that way too late.
I'm looking at this huge one.
That was Cybertron. That was kind of that's the one I got out on. That's when I stopped watching it.
This is 2005 Transformers Cybertron Optimus Prime Leader 2005 Galaxy Force G1 Convoy complete $100.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that. I was into the shows that came out just before that, but yeah, you get to a point where you think you're too old for something and you just stop watching it. And that was it for me.
Is that based on that game that came out, Devastation or whatever? Or?
No, that's why am I Devastation was a G1 type. Where is it? I'm still getting used to having this chair in here. This one, G1 styled Platinum Games.
That one wasn't bad.
Okay.
Huh?
So that one wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I haven't really played it much.
Transformers War for Cybertron or Fall of Cybertron.
Yeah, those were great. Unfortunately, they then... No, I think that was between them. That was High Moon Studios, and they also did the Dark of the Moon game.
Yeah.
But they didn't have really any time to put any polish on it, so it ended up being a turd, despite them actually knowing how to make Transformers games.
Yeah.
God damn it. Okay, no, I'm not going to try and put that back on the shelf properly. This chair's way too high up behind me. Or I could have gone that way. That might have worked better. Anywho. Yeah, Galaxy Force. There was, that was called Cybertron here. And before that, the first one of those, even though it's not related timeline-wise, I'm getting really nerdy now. But it was car robots, which got turned into robots in disguise. Before the one that's currently on, or was recently. And Optimus was a fire truck in that one. I actually liked that figure, though. And then Armada happened, and they did Energon. And I think that's the one that I showed. They did those ones. Those two and were Armada, Energon, and Cybertron were the Unicron trilogy. So those are related to each other.
Oh, yes.
I guess they bits and pieces of all of them, but not all of any of them.
Yeah, I think I watched all of Energon at one point, but Armada I could not go back to just because of the annoying kids in it. And Cybertron was just kind of... I was a little done watching that era of Transformers by the time I finished Energon, so I never went forward with it. But I've got a couple over here. Most of them are put away that I have, but I've got a couple just here that I haven't put away. So I'm going to pull those off the shelf. Because I don't have enough friggin' Transformers sitting in random places in this room. Pull more off the shelf. I really need to sort my Transformers. It's outgrown the one shelf I had for them. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't have any Optimuses out or anything. I think these two are... I'll go chronologically as much as I can remember. This is the only one from Car Robots, or I keep wanting to say Car Robots because I learned the Japanese name of it, and then I just kind of stopped calling it Robots in Disguise for some reason. Anyway, I've got I want to say Sideburn is this guy's name. I got this from Steven. From Steven Eider from one of the Vancouver Retro Gaming Expos. He sold this one to me. But that's cool. The only thing that's missing is the missile, because of course it is. None of these figures have their missiles anymore, except for a couple of mine. But this is the... I don't remember what this guy's name was in the show, but this is basically the only good Wheeljack figure I have, because it's clear inspiration for this guy. But yeah, these are a lot, like... it's weird to say more toyetic than G1, but they're definitely more toyetic and like just kind of more glowy bits and blockier.
A little bit fancier.
Yeah, version of Rodimus. And these guys had the gimmick where they'd all kind of combine. They were all kind of duocons. They had this port, and one would turn into the top and bottom. Yeah, I couldn't get around that friggin' sounding bad. Anywho, and this is the only one I have on hand. Other than that is, I want to say Overload. This guy combined with Optimus.
The other one where Optimus could combine with pretty much all of them.
Optimus from whatever show this was, it was either Armada or Energon, because I stopped collecting before collecting. I stopped getting into Transformers before Cybertron. I think I maybe had one figure from that series. But combined with this guy and Jetfire? Yeah, Jetfire. Yeah, that had to be Armada, but I get that era mixed up entirely. Now they're going on the floor because I don't want to bother putting them back on that shelf right now. That was a tangent.
Oh, Waz, how you doing, buddy?
Doing all right. I need to dust off Galvatron. He's got some cobwebs on him.
I think that's Megatron, because I have that figure, but it's the more purple one. And that's Galvatron.
I don't have
any idea what... I got this out of a bag of stuff at a local Goodwill. Get it up there close. But you hit it. Bloop.
Yeah, I got nothing on I got nothing on that one. Maybe,
I think it might have been for a game or something, because they've got this little stuff in their chest.
Yeah, maybe message Steve Nider on Twitter, and he could probably fill you in, or connect you to somebody who can.
I just thought they were neat, and I paid $8 for a bag and got a handful of them and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah. He finds a lot of thrift store Transformers because he's consistent with it, but I don't really find them in thrift stores. I got a couple from him, that Sideburn. I got a Prowl and this guy from Beast Wars. I do not remember his name.
Yeah.
Nope, that's also his back, because you can barely tell with this color scheme.
Yeah, it's a Transmetal 2, and I don't think that one was actually in the show.
No, probably not.
Like
this guy was, though. This is the only one that I have personally found in the thrift store that was complete enough that I actually wanted to buy it and that I was familiar with. I found a couple that I didn't think were complete, and I had no recognition of who they were, so I left them, but that was probably a mistake. But Beast Wars, Death Charge. I found this guy.
Any discs?
No, it's missing the discs and the tail, which was his gun, but that's it. And it was like $6, so it's like, okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's in good shape otherwise.
Sold.
He has shiny bits, so I'm assuming he's Transmetal.
Yeah.
Those figures did not hold up well over the years.
I'll have to pull up my bin. I've got a bunch of Beast Wars stuff.
Yeah, I want to pull my old Transformers out again just to find out how many I have that aren't broken.
I've got an old '80s case that has like the space battle scene that would be on a bunch of the inserts, but it opens up and it has little shells for your figures. Got to find out where that is.
Yeah, I have this is a complete mess right now, but I'll just try and do that. Yeah, I have a bunch of Transformers over there.
Cool deal.
A ton, but that shelf needs some organizing badly. Not sure if we should go into pickups yet, but since we're on Transformers anyway, I'll show these two guys. And show them again later because there's just the two. And they arrived last week on Wednesday anyway. These were what I was waiting on, but they didn't arrive on the Tuesday. But I got the new Optimus and Megatron figures. These guys are awesome. from the new Siege line. And Megatron's got this giant badass cannon sword.
Oh, so what does Megatron transform into?
He's a tank.
Okay, he's a tank.
Yeah, the gun figures never really work out well from the ones I've seen. It's more practical for him to turn into a tank because one, it's a little ridiculous that he's the commander of the Decepticons and he needs someone else to shoot him. That's like where that falls apart immediately. But yeah, these figures and Optimus also has like this awesome axe. These are definitely better made than the last few lines, I want to say, because they raised the price by a little bit on each size class. But I can feel immediately the build quality is better and the paint's better and everything's just that little bit better on these guys. The only real downside with Optimus is he's got kind of this backpack, which that's fine. But the annoying bit is like he's got like these little car bits hanging off his arm. But I can deal with that. Everything else is almost perfect. Okay, let Musty in here. Hey, how's it going?
Hello. How's everybody?
Musty.
Hello.
Unbelievable.
We got on the Transformers, and it wasn't my fault.
That's okay.
He'll allow it this time. Don't let it happen again, though.
Hey, not my call.
Yeah. How's it going?
Good.
I think I already asked that, but whatever.
Where the heck's old Eric at tonight?
He said he's coming.
Okay.
Oh, it's gonna be a long one tonight, boys. So, Oaz, what's your next game you're going to play with the trackball?
I don't know. I've wondered about having that as a challenge.
You'd be the pro, dude. The way you had those moves on Yeez, dude. Holy smokes.
Yeah. That was fun. It was a challenge, though.
I love watching the frame rate on that, dude. Like, it's just, you don't even see, you just see a blur. Yep. Yeah.
So, Musty, you have any thoughts on the Bungie Activision split?
At first, I was like, "Ooh, maybe Bungie and Microsoft can get back together." But then I was hearing people talking about why they broke up in the first place, and I think that's probably not going to happen. They probably just don't want to have to answer to anybody anymore, and I think they've earned it for sure. But at some point you have to wonder, right? You get that person who like always gets into bad relationships. It's like, who's to blame? Seems like the last two corporate deals that they've done have gone sour, and it makes me wonder, like, maybe Bungie's they're not asking for the right things when they go in, or maybe the deal gets altered, or I don't know. I'm not sure entirely what to think there. I think it'll be good for him because it seems like the consensus is that those last couple DLC packs were rushed and or just not ready.
Yeah, and like came from cut content that was forced to become DLC in the first place.
Yeah. And I mean that's somebody in the financial department probably given that directive, and so
that's what it feels like.
Perhaps they can get away from that, which would be a positive in the long run. I don't know. I wonder if this turns Destiny into that 10-year game that they were talking about, right? Like the platform that lives. I mean, at this stage, they're 5 years in. I think was it you on the Discord who made a comment about it'd be great if they could find a way to pull in the stuff from the first game?
Yeah, if they could merge them into the single platform and then just kind of expand on that and then rather than making a whole new Destiny 3, just mush them together, call it Destiny, and build on top of it.
Yeah.
But there's balancing and different mechanics that they have to do, so that would be a lot of reused resources. They'd have to basically remake Destiny 1 in Destiny 2, which that's a lot more work than it even sounds like, and it already sounds like a lot of work. So
that's true, but I mean, at least Destiny 1, it's not like we're talking about a generational difference, right? The game was already on this generation, so it might... Finding a way to make it not break the game is going to be the challenge, but
yeah, they are mechanically different enough that I don't think it's easy. Just put the content in, because there's stuff that's
all you have to say on Twitter. That's all you have to say, right?
Yeah.
That's the solution to everything, and put it on the Switch, because that's where it belongs, is on the Switch. I'm joking.
Have you guys played? Or have you been following Anthem though?
I've been trying to watch a little bit. I'm
haven't played a part of the alpha, you know, and it's getting close to release, and I'm seeing people talk about it now and posting some video. In my opinion, I think that Anthem is gonna be... It might end up smoking Destiny. I mean, if they get that down to you know, I think it might end up smoking Destiny, because
the timing is good for that.
The combat in that is definitely, you know, pretty cool, as in, you know, you're not just doing high jumps and that. I mean, you're jetpacking, you know,
I watched some of the IGN.
I mean, it'll be cool.
Stuff.
It'll be pretty damn cool, I think. And the way that they have their world exploration is like you're in a vein and you just keep going further and further out until you go back to a hub and then start a mission. But then, you know, with Destiny, they have that overworld map when you're loading and selecting your missions. Well, this one has that too, but you actually get to select multiple places within that region to go. And like, I you know, from what I've seen in the alpha, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I definitely think it could end up smoking Destiny if they don't
fuck it up.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, it looks good, but
yeah. I mean, at least they've got some like market data based on granted they don't have like, but they have like consumer sentiment over the way that Destiny handled some things.
I like Destiny, dude. I played the heck out of it. You know, I think the thing that we had a group of guys here in town, we got on religiously up until the second expansion. The first expansion,
or the second one?
The first one. And
up until Taken King?
No, the first one. I can't remember.
House of Wolves or something like that.
The one before House of Wolves, but it basically, since they made it so everybody buffed and got to get that expansion and play at that level right away, it pissed us off because we had over 100 hours into it, all of us together, grouping, fighting, doing the raids, you know, and it was tough, you know. I mean, I really liked their system for those raids, man, but it was, you know, I felt like we earned our weapons and all that. And then all of a sudden with this next expansion, they just give everybody all the stuff. And it was like, no way, dude, that is bull, you know. We had to fight that guy like 6 times just for one guy to get that weapon. You know, I mean, I
don't think they gave the people the weapons. It was more like they just gave a single-use item that you could use on each character to get you to the light level minimum so that you could just get into the content.
Well, like, you know, we all wanted the Gillahorn, so we kept running the raid, you know, and the thing is like, it was a random. I mean, they would only give one Gillahorn out in that fight. So, I mean, there was some guy, he got it twice, and we were like, oh, no way, you know. And I mean, Destiny, if they go back to some of that stuff and they actually make it so everybody has to earn their keep for that too, you know, by the time that they invested into the MMO aspect of it, you know, they need to do that stuff too, and not just hand people stuff and screw it up for everybody else, you know.
Oh, they do not hand people stuff even in Destiny 2. It takes a while to get some of these exotic weapons.
See, and I haven't played Destiny 2 because of that. And
Gjallarhorn is It's a thing. I don't even remember if it's in Destiny 2, but it's hard to acquire. Anyway, hey, Eric.
But I think they did. Oh, hey, Eric. They did something like that with, like, when they released the expansions for the first one, and 2 or 3 of them were out, and it's okay. You spent $100 some odd bucks to get all of it, and 2 months or 3 months after the last expansion came out, they're like, all right, you can get it all for $60,
Yeah.
$50 or something. I was like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna play anymore.
Yeah, but as much as I don't like that aspect, it's the matter of, like, okay, you got it right away as that stuff was coming out, and then you get the complete pack. People that waited until that came out, they had over a year to wait for that complete pack. So they had to wait much longer to get into that content than people did that bought it right away. It does irk me, but I understand why they do it.
Well, I can understand making it cheaper, but if they had just not made it feel like, hey, you spent all this money and it means nothing.
Yeah, it's the MMO problem where it's just like you pay the monthly all the time and you paid for the base game, and we're adding a whole bunch of new content. That'll be another $60, please.
Yep.
On top of your monthly payment. These at least don't have the monthly payment aspect. But
and the hundreds of hours you spent grinding for that gear is going to get replaced with stuff that's green that you're going to get from quest rewards. Congratulations.
Yeah, God, that's annoying. Yeah, when it's just like, here's new content, here's a whole bunch of gear that you can't fucking use for like 300 light levels.
Yeah, I don't know. I really hope that they do it right. I mean, because it's going to come down to Anthem versus Destiny is going to be the new squabble.
Well, you never know. Warframe could actually release.
Well, yeah, Warframe too. I mean, that's.
Yeah. Hey, if you want something to hold you over other than Destiny until Anthem, and you want to play it on the Switch, Warframe's real good. It's a little unwelcoming to start until you get used to it, but yeah.
They just need to get it so that your save file can transfer between. You can play on any device or console
with the same profile.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't care if it's the exact same. I just want my progression to carry over.
Yeah, even if there's planets or something that are specific to a certain version, I'm fine with that. But don't make me grind through everything on every new device that it comes out on.
Yeah, that's irksome to me. But they can't really get around it. They don't have the manpower to go back and like basically put an entire team on making that part work and the beginning of the game more friendly, while also consistently making new updates for people that have been with it forever.
Yeah, which I will say their updates almost. I mean, it seems like it's constant.
Yeah.
I stopped updating it because like I haven't played in a bit. When I get back to it, I'll go ahead and download the 20 or 30 gigs or whatever it's up to.
Yeah, but it's insane. The major issue with the progression problem is that I think other than manpower is that the PC version is ahead of the consoles in updates, and Switch is, at least for the moment, even one update behind that. So none of them line up. So you'd have like worlds that aren't available in whatever console you're playing on based on whatever progress you made in the other one, and weapons that weren't available yet and stuff like that. But even if they had that where it's like on certain consoles you were locked out of that content you got on the different version until the update hit, that would be fine. People would be annoyed, but it would be less annoying than not being able to get anything on all platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the problem of linking my Twitch account to the Xbox version, and then I switched over to primarily playing on PS4. So all my Prime frames, all my Prime weapons, and all my bonus gear that I've gotten from Twitch is on an account I don't play anymore.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. That's why I don't play on the Xbox One. It's if I play it, I'm going to play it on the PC.
Yeah. Anyway. How's it going, Eric?
I'm good. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Great. I am good. How are you guys?
Pretty good.
Good.
So you getting more Switches for the house?
No.
5 of them?
Just because my 6-year-old wants more Switches doesn't mean we're gonna. But I have said before that if they do a Metroid Prime 4 bundle, that might be one that I would have a trouble.
That's what I'm waiting for, the Prime 4 bundle so I can buy one.
A Switch? So you think there will be one bundled with Prime 4?
I sure hope so. I was looking at Mario Odyssey, and that bundle, I was like, the bundle for Mario Odyssey was garbage in my opinion. They didn't really give you anything extra worthwhile.
Isn't it cheaper?
You get the game.
You get the game for. Was the price the same price? Was it $300 or was the game free, or what was the charge of the bundle? What was the price?
I think it was pretty much the same thing. It was just you get it in a box, all in one box.
Okay.
I feel like the game bundles are either heavily discounted or the game is included as a bonus.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
That's why it took a year for them to put out any bundles whatsoever, other than just selling the console on its own.
Yeah, I thought that first Christmas in 2017 there was going to be a bundle, but I don't know if there was one.
There probably was, but a lot of people had bought it by then.
Anyway,
I don't think there was a bundle.
I remember one of the earliest ones being either Mario Kart or Splatoon 2.
Yeah.
Not in one bundle, but like those were the bundles available options.
Yeah.
They've got a freaking Fortnite bundle now. I think they'll put out a Metroid one.
Yeah, well, if they do, that's going to be one that we might get into.
Yeah. Well, one of the 3 games, either Prime 4, Luigi's Mansion 3, or Animal Crossing.
Oh, if there's Animal Crossing, I'm in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Melissa will want
my
that.
wife.
Yeah.
I thought they were doing Luigi Mansion 2 on the Switch.
That was 3DS.
Well, I thought they were porting it over to the Switch too.
I would like that, but they aren't.
Yeah, Dark Moon's already on the 3DS.
Yeah, but they also were porting the original Luigi's Mansion onto 3DS, is what you might be thinking of.
Okay, yeah.
That was recent.
They need to port that Metroid over to the Switch too.
Which one?
The one sitting behind you.
Oh, yeah.
The 3DS one. See, that's where I think
Force?
No, the remake of Metroid 2.
Yeah.
I think that's where Nintendo's going wrong, is when they're putting these exclusives on the 3DS to push consoles, and it's like, dude, they need to look at pushing software, not consoles, because I think
Is
that
the game not software?
Well, I'm saying they need to push the software on the Switch, not just the 3DS, because I mean, dude, I had a 3DS and I never touched it. I guess I'm just not into that, Nintendo gig, I guess, but I still want to see some of those games.
Yeah, it's
we'll get a Wii U. Most of them are porting them from the Wii U.
I got Wii U too, but I mean, I'm thinking of like the Metroid
later.
games an example, trying to take the Metroid to the handheld. Some of those Mario games, they just put them on the handheld. When if they would have took all those Mario games and just somehow ported them over, even through the eShop, for use on a main console, I bet you they would have sold a heck of a lot more too.
Yeah, the one that they did that for, where they put it on both, was the Wii U port. Was Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. They ported it to Switch and 3DS at the same time. They were unique versions from each other, but ports of the same game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the major factor with that is that the 3DS either still sells relatively well, or more importantly, it already has a huge install base, more so than the Switch. So they still want to support it for as long as they can. I think they had just a bunch in the pipeline and are still going through them. Like they were already in development. Because they had to kind of rush the Switch to market. Not to say it's subpar or anything, just they put it out sooner than was clearly expected, which is why there was a little bit of a drought at the start.
Well, I mean, you look at like Sony and the Vita. I mean, the Vita, they killed that thing way too soon, in my opinion, right when it was actually kind of getting popular.
Yeah, the difference is Nintendo actually supports their platforms.
Yeah, I mean,
if nobody else does.
the Vita, you know, is just a mystery, you know, because I mean the PSP went on for a long time. You know, that thing had all the capabilities the Vita does, but the Vita was just held back just a little bit, you know, like with the video stuff and things like that. And I mean, it's just I don't know, it's kind of a shame, I guess, because I mean the Vita had all the makings of a PlayStation just portable, you know, and like they shouldn't have killed it, you know. And
the PSP didn't do all that well for them either. It did enough to keep going, but it was never what they wanted, I don't think. And they kind of hucked that away pretty soon as well. And I
don't know, the PSP had quite a life. I mean, you figure
no, I know, but
it had quite a long time.
Yeah, but I think they stopped supporting it as much. Like there was a huge initial push because they were just getting into the handheld market, but they just kind of quickly made the decision this isn't doing well as we hoped, and just kind of started supporting it less and less as time went on. It did a lot better in Japan, is I think the case for both of those, and handhelds in general. That might be why it stayed around for longer than it seemed like it should, logistically speaking, for North America, because they were still supporting it in Japan, so they had stuff to sell anyway. But yeah, their support was just bad. They would put like an initial group of games out and go, well, those didn't sell as planned, and then just stop.
How many guys are getting Onimusha for PS4?
I am getting it tomorrow. I was supposed to get it today, but I didn't. Thank you, mail service.
You're getting it faster than me, man. Freaking, I ordered it a while ago, and like I get told I'm not getting it till like the 20th or something.
Yeah, that sucks. But
it's gonna be a good
update and tell you it's gonna arrive sooner anyway.
I'm excited for it though. I mean I haven't played that in such a long time. When I see the cheesy little, you know, preview they do for it, you know, where the bone guy grabs that girl or whatever and he says, "Take that, Samanosuke," basically, and backs into the shadows. You know that part?
Yeah, it's early on in the game.
It's basically, if you let the disc run, it plays that is like an opening sequence over and over, and like that's basically all they did for the trailer of that. And like,
where
it just reminded me of that. Like, oh, and it was
it's like the first big enemy, and he's kidnapping Princess Yuki, and that's right after that is when you get the orb gauntlet thing.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, I mean that's a good game, dude. I'm kind of excited to go back and play it.
Yeah, people don't really mention that in terms of a connection being a potential inspiration for what ended up becoming Dark Souls combat. Just kind of that more methodical melee combat system. I know it's not a direct connection, but it's definitely something that could have been an early influence of it.
Yeah, I mean, I just think of it like the Swordsman Resident Evil game, you know?
Yeah. Because it was supposed to be like, that was one of the original like Resident Evil 4 prototypes, and so was Devil May Cry, and they just ended up becoming their own things.
I never knew that, but I'm wondering if they're going to follow suit with this series and go 1, 2, 3 with it. You know,
hopefully, which is why I supported it immediately, other than just wanting to play it again, because I already have the original version. I don't need to buy it again. But I've been wanting them to do something with Onimusha for years, so I was like, okay, I've been asking for this for long enough. I might as well put my money where my mouth is.
You know, another Capcom game I'd like to see come back out is Lost Planet, dude. I really thought Lost Planet 1 and 2 were good. The third one was garbage, but 1 was, I don't know, dude. I just really liked 1 and the online multiplayer on that, dude. I thought that was really good.
Like, I never got into Lost Planet. Not because I didn't have interest, because I just never ended up getting a copy.
Like, I think the mech warfare in that was like, they didn't really feel like mechs. They felt like you were like in a forklift or a bobcat. You know, they had real tight movement, and you had to be really precision with those mechs and make sure that, you know, you were talking to your team like, hey guys, you know, meat shield, you know, get their attention, so that way they're not taking out your tank, you know, basically your exosuit, you know, machine that does heavy damage, you know, right away. And it was always fun though, like you might find a heavy gun to carry around. You start taking on those exosuits. That was a lot of fun too, you know, like take that mother effer, you know, like with the big old Gatling gun, you're just going off, dude, and like you take it out and you're like, yeah, like I'd just go nuts, dude. Like that was a time when I'd like really get into online gaming, like the first person and third person shooters, you know, like communication was more open where the other people could hear you, you know, the other team could hear your cheers and it, you know, get people fired up, you know. I'd be rubbing it in. I'd call a guy out and stuff. And that was just a fun time in online gaming, I think, because like you'd have people cussing at each other and like, it was just funny, you know. You guys are all quiet. Like, what the fuck?
No, it's fine. I was just replying to a Discord message while you were talking.
No, that's I remember doing that with Gears too. Gears of War, you know, because they could hear you when they're right up on you, and like you'd be sawing somebody in half, and then you know the other guy would be like "F you, mother effer" and stuff like that, and you'd be like, "Yeah, take that," you know, and it was just good times, you know. Don't seem like it's the same, the online stuff, because they've got it to where like teams are now segregated. And even in a lot of them, if you get close to them, you can't talk to them. You know, sometimes you can hear them in some of the games. You can be like, okay, he's right here. I hear him talking, but you don't see it as much. You know, for some reason they cut that aspect out. I think because of, you know, people would say they're cheating through that and things like that. And,
well, also people treat each other like garbage. But
yeah.
Well, I mean, come on, let's face it. You're playing a war game here, man.
Sure.
I mean,
to a degree.
I mean, you gotta have some competitive edge, you know, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, in real life, people are worse. I mean, you got people trampling each other over a soccer game.
No,
people fighting at the Super Bowl. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's like
but it's more prevalent online because no one knows who anyone really is.
Yeah, I get what you're going for.
Caleb did a really good video on this. You should check it out.
Like why people hate each other.
Yeah,
why does everyone want to fight you?
That was the fanboy one. He did another one that he was talking about why that. Yeah, because he doesn't play a lot of online games, and then Fallout 76. He blindly walked into that.
Yeah, the major issue.
Let me get the name of that video.
Yeah, the major issue with the online stuff, obviously, other than people just being dicks, which you can ignore that, is people just being sexist and racist and just abusive.
Why are some online gamers so mean?
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're kind of similar titles, so.
Yeah, the other one was why do video game fanboys and girls want to fight you?
Yep.
Yeah,
because people take this shit.
No, you should check it out because he goes into some details on like breaks down the like here's the why, and it's pretty.
You know what I would do is it was a lot of the younger guys that would get like that. So you just play their game back, you know, and just get them all fired up. I mean, that's what I think we got the most fun out of, you know.
Yeah,
the young guys, you know, the little kids, and like sitting there trying to yell at you through a mic and stuff. And it was like, you know, we'll just figure out a way to keep defeating you in this game like that, make you mad, and then tell you, you know, decide to join back when your balls actually do drop or something like that, you know.
Yeah, like sometimes that doesn't work out well because there's reasons people just say don't feed the trolls because it can backfire. Like I remember one time that I kind of engaged a troll on Halo, and they ended up messaging someone else entirely that was unrelated to our whatever squabble it was at the time that was from the game, and saying like I was saying shit about them, and it's just like it got into a whole fucking thing.
Damn.
And I just ended up having to apologize to this completely unrelated person, going, I'm sorry I got you involved in this crap. I'm not saying any of that stuff. I engaged this asshole, and now he's just doing that. Yeah,
best thing to do is just mute him.
Yeah, it's like, well, you can when it's just coming at you. It's fine, but like when they get other people involved, it's like, I don't care if someone's just coming at me. But if they get other people involved and start giving them shit, especially saying that I'm giving them shit, that's when I get pissed. Which is I just generally do not tend to do that.
Yeah, in my Halo group, I was always the quieter ones. We had we'll refer to them as the enforcers, and they were the ones who would be like the loud one when it came to that kind of interaction, or like the one who would shut down a lobby if there were mouthy people on the other side. And I just sort of stayed above the fray for the most part on that. I just didn't feel the need to.
Don't engage.
You know, I was guilty of being kind of a harasser, but I don't play those kind of games anymore. You know, I mean, I want to, but I don't know. I think it's just a younger man's rage game. You know, like I would get on those when I was younger, and I'd take somebody down, and like I would purposefully say stuff to piss them off. You know, like take a fucking seat, bitch. You know, I mean that would get them mad. You know,
yeah, trash talking.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what it was, and like I think that over time as it went on, it went from trash talking to whiners to cheaters to just like, okay, I'm done with this crap because it's just stupid. Because I mean, that's all these kids do anyways, is sit there and play this 24/7, and I no longer have time to be that skilled at a game like that because I don't want to sit there and learn it like that, you know?
Yeah. Anyway, the whole trash talk thing and just being annoying to each other, it's a slippery slope. You just get a point where it's like, it starts out kind of fun to just kind of give them crap back, and then it just gets worse.
I mean, I'll tell you what, I made some good friendships on those games too, like a couple of them that I still talk to, and, you know, totally not racist, you know? I mean, nothing. Like they're one's from Florida, black dude from Florida, black dude from Mississippi, coolest guys ever. One of them calls me up like once a week. You know, he's awesome, you know, and we'll joke around and, you know, smack talk each other every now and then. We first start talking, you know, and like he's just cool, you know, and like eventually I think one day we'll end up meeting, you know. He's one of the coolest guys I can say that I've ever met, and through an online thing. I've never even actually really seen but maybe a few pictures of him, you know. But I mean, he's the coolest. I've sent him games, you know. I've just, you know, a little tougher life for him going on, so I've sent him games and stuff more than once, and you know, he always wants to return the favor. I'm like, don't worry about it, man. You know, I mean, one day we'll meet up and talk about it then, you know. I mean, that's the thing, is like, you know, I've made a few good friendships online that way, and he's definitely one person I look forward to meeting in the future, you know.
Yeah.
And it started off with games like that, you know, talking smack.
Yeah, I met one of my best friends through Halo, so it's like, it's not all bad, obviously, but it's amazing how totally not racist is a high bar with online video games. Anyway,
well, the thing is,
hey,
like,
Troy.
well, I mean, yeah, it is
me?
totally racist anymore, but
too loud, too quiet, too.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Been a while, man.
I know. It sure has.
How's it going?
It's busy, so that's probably why I haven't been on too much.
Yeah. Understandable.
did you get your garage cleaned up yet in your game room?
No. You're just seeing there that's part of it.
I've seen that tweet, dude. I'm like, damn.
Well, see, these shelves walls need shelves on them. So until that happens, this is going to be a mess.
What? Did you start over, or you need more?
Well, I moved to a different place. So this is my new game room, but it's a disaster of boxes right now and nothing else.
More storage than game room at the moment.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
My game room's a mess again. I still got to finish my shelf. I tore the shelf out of it, but my buddy's going to come over and cut it with his saw, so I make sure I get it straight and then re-nail that in there and get these old shelves out of here. And I'll give you a schematic on mine.
I was thinking of using PVC pipe.
Holy shit!
I think Caleb beat you to that one.
Yeah. I had the idea, then I saw the video though.
What's this PVC pipe thing now?
It's basically just lay it out like shelves, right? So you just have a bend and it just goes along your wall, and then another bend, and that's a shelf. You paint it green so it looks like a Mario pipe, and you're good to go.
Yeah, that's how Caleb does all his cable management is through piping like that.
Is that Retro Pixel?
No, Caleb J. Ross.
Oh, okay.
I think Mike from Retro Lectors also did something like that at one point.
Yeah, he did for his
NES games. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I basically want to fill this whole room with it because I got no space in here compared to my old game room.
You're gonna have to get some. You're gonna have to get some T junctions to. Otherwise, you're gonna have a lot of the curved points.
Yeah, I'll have like droops and stuff if I don't. So. And I got to cover over all these windows. There's like two. This is a small room. And it's got like two windows, one on one wall and one on the other behind me here. And it's like, oh my god! And then there's two doors because there's actually a cursing and a bless. A door goes into the washroom off of this room. Like there's is a bedroom. This is a bedroom, right? Originally, so there's like an ensuite off of it. That's also like the upstairs washroom, which has another door on the other side of it. But it's like, oh my god. Like that's valuable wall space that a door is now.
Yeah, logistics of that don't work out well for shelves.
Yeah. So it's like two doors, two windows, two closets, and then like a little gap in between the two closets, which is like functionally useless too. So I'm gonna cover.
You can put like a very thin shelf between the doors.
Yeah. But I'm gonna I'm just gonna take like some fabric or whatever and put it up like up against the windows and just like as tight as I can, and then I'm just gonna put shelves right in front of the windows, and they're just gonna be blacked out because I don't want sunlight getting in here and destroying stuff anyways, right? So
yeah.
But that is after I clean up the garage because I need a space to work. And it's like negative 10 plus sometimes negative 24, potentially negative 30 coming up in the next couple months. So
yikes.
Good times.
Oh yeah. That's Celsius, by the way, for people to the south.
It's cold for us too.
Yeah, that would be like and Jack Nicholson thought it was cold at the end of The Shining. It's even colder.
It's been pretty good here though, man. It has not like snowed the way it normally snows in the winter here. Maybe once.
We're supposed to be getting I just heard today we're supposed to be getting like 10 inches on Saturday.
I don't think we're getting to that depth here, but we're gonna get a bit on the weekend too.
Whereas I'm in BC and haven't seen a friggin' flake of snow yet. Which is kind of
You're in BC, dude? I thought you were on the east.
No.
I thought you were up around Toronto.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Everyone else is in Toronto, but I'm in Vancouver.
Dude, we haven't seen any snow either. They're talking like maybe 2 to 4 inches over the next couple days. But then by Sunday, it's supposed to be 43 degrees again. And we actually had the coldest winter in Montana, where I'm at last winter.
Yeah.
And the most snow. And like they're predicting a pretty bad fire season. I was talking to my supervisors last week if it doesn't change quick.
A stupid winter situation I've had every year is sometime a couple of years ago, somehow I lost my snow shovel, so I didn't have a snow shovel anymore. And so I'd always just forget that I didn't have a snow shovel because you don't think about it until the winter, and it barely snows anymore anyway. So then by the time it actually snows, it's like, oh shit, I'm snowed in and I don't have a shovel. I don't have a car either, so I didn't really think about it. I don't need to keep the driveway clear. But I finally got a snow shovel, and it's probably just not going to snow this year. Would be the situation.
I hope it doesn't here. I'm actually my neighbor went to Portugal or whatever. He's like Portuguese, so he in the summer he's an older guy, and he goes to Portugal. And last year, he hired a guy to clean his driveway or whatever when it snowed and all that kind of thing. And the guy did like a piss poor job all the time. And I was always just over there like cleaning it out because there's a lady that lives in the basement, and I'm like, I don't really want some old lady trapped in the basement of my neighbor's house. So I was just kind of like helping out because I'm a good person. And so he asked me like if I'd do it this year, and he's like, I'll pay you $500. I'm like, sure. And I've done it once. So, and it was like nothing. It was like maybe like that much snow on the ground. So I'm like, don't snow. It's fine by me.
Yeah, making up for lost time with that payment.
Yeah. I'll probably get like totally hosed or something in March. It'll just be like some sort of freak snowstorm thing or something, and I'll be out there like every day. But right now it's been pretty good. Getting paid to do nothing. I kind of like it.
Yeah. Anyway, we're a bit into the hangout now, so everyone want to do pickups?
Sure.
Yeah, too early. I haven't heard much out of Eric yet. Or
I think I'm gonna head out and get ready to play some Action Fighter.
Okay.
Are you streaming again, Oaz?
Yep.
That's the first game I ever bought for the Master System.
It's fun. I'm just no good at it.
I can't get past level 3.
I haven't gotten to the end of level 2 yet, but
okay.
I'm hoping. I'm going to use the 3-button arcade stick tonight, so we'll see.
Are you doing it to Twitch and YouTube?
Just to Twitch, because I've got affiliate, so I can't do both.
Oh, okay.
I have to wait 24 hours before I can even broadcast a VOD or put a VOD up on YouTube.
What's your channel?
Like
called?
Ozrim. I had to think about it for a second.
Oh, what? That's your bread and butter, dude. You're like, what is it?
Well, because I would change it to Oaz if I could, but I can't. It's Ozrim. Or I think if you look up Sega Master System in the search field on Twitch, I'm usually near the top.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Because 2 or 3 nights a week, that's what I'm playing, is on the Master System.
Is it one room or one room? I'm looking at the word.
I put the name in the chat in the Twitch.
Okay, gotcha.
Hangouts chat. Do you see it?
Mm-hmm, the group chat.
The group chat. Yeah, not the YouTube.
Yeah, I'll grab a link to the channel.
Did all you guys ever see his trackball win of Yeast
with the sports pad?
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right.
That was fun though. It was after it stopped being frustrating.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
Oh,
I was having trouble playing with sports games.
I just about was ready to throw that controller. Well, actually, throw the game out. If I had a big magnet, I would have had an East cartridge that would have been wiped.
Yeah, I remember you saying that too, and I was in chat like, don't give up, you know.
It was rough. There was tough times with that one, that's for sure. Whoa, Nelly.
He's going crazy now.
Hey, thinking about it, man. Memories. But it was fun. I would play it again. Probably not with the trackball though, or the sports pad. But you guys have a good night.
Later.
All right, we'll see you.
All right, dude. Hasta la bye-bye.
Oh, before we get into pickups, I didn't get a chance to ask because a lot of people, because I wasn't here last week. What do you guys think of the rest of Season 6 choices?
Good.
Uncharted 2.
I'm forgetting most of them at the moment, but I know I have all of them.
Zelda 2. Well, hold on. Next month is Catherine. The month after that is What Remains of Edith Finch, which is a short one. So if there's another game that you're going to play that you want to get a head start on, you could technically finish What Remains of Edith Finch before you go to sleep on March 1st if you wanted to.
I'm sorry, I know I'm interrupting, but is Edith Finch still free?
On the Epic Store?
Yeah. Actually, let me change the question. Does the Epic Store require that you have some kind of account with Epic?
I would imagine so.
I would figure that you'd have to create a profile or something.
Okay.
But I don't know if they make you like. I haven't logged into Steam for the longest time to even know like if I have card information on file or something there. Because
is Epic and Steam related? Like if I have a Steam account?
No, they're entirely unrelated. So
direct competition.
I'm just trying to think if there's like industry standard to require payment information on file or something like that.
Okay, thanks. Go ahead.
So yeah, What Remains of Edith Finch is March, and Zelda 2.
Yeah.
Is going to be April, and I think we want April to kind of be our Nintendo exclusive month. But I think we may
April also works as an April Fool's game, depending on who you ask.
I suppose.
Why April for Nintendo?
I don't know. We were looking at the way the season played out, and we were like, let's make sure we hit a Nintendo, a Sony, and an Xbox exclusive,
and a Sega.
And then we have worked Sega in. We have made sure to work Sega in this season, and Ryan and I are already starting to talk. But let me get in. So May is going to be Shenmue 1.
Yeah.
Yep. And then June is Uncharted 2, and then July is Arkham City.
Nice.
Yeah.
I want to play all of those except for 2, Uncharted 2, which I've already played. So I'm going to play 3 with the Underground. Oh, I shouldn't tell you that. There is no Underground.
Only Zool.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hear Zelda 2 is really hard.
Well, we're gonna get through it together. We are gonna be the support group in getting people through Zelda 2 this year.
I want to play Catherine. I want to get done with Gears of War so I can play Catherine and then jump into the others.
Is that the Nintendo Zelda 2 or 64?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Actually,
we did Majora's Mask a year or so or more ago. I don't remember when things happened.
I think it was 2. It might have been 2 years ago.
Yeah,
I did try to do DuckTales. I did have it. There was an excuse for it, but honestly, I just did not dig that game at all.
Yeah, neither did I, to be honest. I didn't play very much, to be fair, but it did not click.
Yeah. Sorry, man. I mean, I tried to...
Oh, there's no need to apologize. I mean, some of these games are not going to work for some people. I'm nervous about Shenmue. I'm just going to say that now.
Yeah, I wonder who suggested that one.
Well, we're trying to do this thing where, at least one game a year. It's like one that this person is going to, Ryan's going to be like, I want to get this one in this season. This is what it's going to be.
And you got Halo in, so
I got Halo last year. Although that was a surprise. I wasn't expecting that. Which one did I pick this year? I think I pushed for Doom really hard.
That was this season?
That was the season premiere was, yeah.
It was? Okay.
Yeah.
That was like August, wasn't it? Or September?
That was September, yeah.
Yeah.
The seasons roll over in September.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just by way of
it'd be cool if we could realign that stuff, but I think September's a good time for it. I don't know.
Just start a school. Just do a strike, and then you just have a shortened season one year.
Or we could do a stub. Yeah, we do like a stub season or something. Or
pick like a really long game and make it for like 3 months.
So who picks these games? Do you guys do like an input of stuff and draw from that, or?
So there is a section on the forums that's called Upcoming Games, and if you have suggestions, no, it's a forum. It's just the forums. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm just honoring the tiers. That's it. The tiers in the club. That's it.
It's a loaded question, Cody.
I think it would be really cool
if you have ideas, put them in the forum.
Yeah,
if you just did like a Twitter survey or something and just said all Cartridge Club,
Well, here's the thing. August is Patreon month, so patrons get to nominate and then vote on the game for August, and Ryan and I will abide by whatever choice is made there.
Yeah. You could just be like, and September's game is Skyrim. See you in January.
I'm going to tell you from the outside looking in on this a lot. You guys are all pretty organized to know what's up. When it comes to like the Patreon stuff, I don't see it a whole lot. I don't come across it, so I'm not
Yeah, we're working on getting
that.
better. We're working on getting better about that. Starting with this month, like,
You should call it something cool, like the Stonecutters Club or something.
it's funny. I actually suggested, you know how it's like you take that term that's negatively used toward you, and then you take it, and then you own it, and then suddenly it doesn't hurt anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Right.
we were joking that we should just call the patrons the Stonecutters, and so if they want to join the Stonecutters,
It's too good.
yeah, because you guys won't let that die. So
It's probably something really simple, but I've never gotten that joke.
it's a Simpsons thing.
Okay.
It's the like secret society, like the Masons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna get better about
Done.
sharing that stuff. Hey, Ryan's here. We're gonna get better about being more vocal with that. I think it's weird because the point of the club is not to be a profitable organization. Like we take any money that comes in through that and funnel it right back into supporting the website and all of that. So it's hard. We feel exactly,
well, you have to go to every gaming convention, right? So
all the hamburgers and all that stuff. But the intention there is not to then become something that all of us are doing stuff on volunteer basis, and we just want to be able to make sure that the club continues to run. And so it's not like we're charging dues. It's almost even hard to find good things to give the patrons, and the biggest thing that they get right now is like the $5 ones can watch the podcast live stream.
Yeah.
So that's kind of our big pull, and then like the other ones can get like the video version of it, of the final result. I don't know how popular that is at this point. Eventually, I think Patreon won't let us do this, so we may need to do this outside of Patreon. But we'd like to have like a giveaway for a future club game of the month or something like that.
Yeah, that was a thought before of like certain tier you get a game.
Yeah, or like a drawing for that, or something to that effect. The issue is that Patreon saw that in our tiers at one point, and they're like, you can't have games of chance built into your tiers. And I'm like, well, and the thing is, I know that there are ones out there that do. They probably also make Patreon a little more money than we do, or a lot more money than we do. But it's not like as a club, because like if you join a book club, they send you the book, right? We can't exactly afford to do that. So like that's not something that we could manage, And then some months we'd probably be in real trouble depending on what we choose.
I've been trying to spread the word.
Hey Ryan.
Spread the word a little bit on like people on YouTube channels and stuff like that I watch. Like invite like the content creator, not just like randomly inviting people, but just getting the word out there kind of thing. And like after watching a few of their videos, see if they're a likable Cartridge Club type person.
Yeah, and if they're interested in getting their stuff in front of a new audience, like community submissions are going strong. We've got a good stable of people who are readily taking the time to post. I mean, the process for doing community submissions really is not that difficult. So the Celeste review that went up, I think last week, Dean just happened upon that guy, and that video had like 7 views on it. But he really liked how the guy, he really liked the guy's writing. He really liked the production on the video, and so he said, "Hey, here's some people who are probably going to be keen on this. Give it a shot, and the guy did. I don't know if it was successful for him or if he's at all interested in playing a game of the month with us, but you know, it doesn't have to be about that. A lot of it is. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Like the main thing.
We wish we could pick a game that like 100 people play all in the same month. Like that would be awesome. That's just not realistic.
Yeah, there would also have to be 100 people that actively engage with the club to begin with.
Yeah, I would love to have a hard decision on what to talk since we're kind of swapped out the 3-word review for something different. Like it'd be great to have too many answers to then have to pick from. We've been getting some good stuff. I enjoyed the way that we did DuckTales with that stuff. Anyways, I totally distracted from this. But Ryan, they said we pick good games.
Yay!
Yeah.
Shenmue aside.
Anyway, yeah. Anyone see this Ghostbuster news here?
No.
I guess Ghostbusters, a sequel to the original universe, is going to happen.
Oh, is that a still a kind of like rumor?
I guess it's set for summer of 2020 right now. That Ivan Reitman's son is writing and directing it. So it's going to take place. It's not. I don't know if it's going to be Ghostbusters 3, but they said it's going to be a sequel to and take place in the original universe. So
yeah, it's going to be Ghostbusters Balboa.
Yeah, or no, Creed.
Are they going to do like that Star Wars thing with like Leia or whatever and throw Egon back in somehow or what?
All I know is I'm going to meet a Ghostbuster in Midwest. We'll get all the details for you, you know.
Yeah, they're not going to do a CG Leia for episode 9. They've confirmed that.
No.
Telling you. She's going to get assassinated in the opening scene or before the crawl.
Yeah, like the thing.
I thought they said that she's like, you'll be proud of her role, or I don't know. They said something like that, like she's got a really meaningful role in the next movie or something.
Yeah,
like that,
did she
had apparently enough
time or something?
They had enough footage left over that wasn't used from the last 2 movies that they could make something out of it. They might CG her into like a different environment, like, but it would still be her. And like she's saying the dialogue that she recorded before. Nothing be new.
They're not giving it the Tarkin treatment.
No, but they might. I imagine they might like change the background, which would be fine. It's not changing the actor out or changing the performance at all. It's just the location and context.
Yeah.
But if a lot of it was in like the Rebel base, they can just make the new Rebel base look like the old Rebel base. It's not that hard. Like, change a computer panel here and there. Something like that. But we'll have to wait and see. There were allusions, I think, in the novelization of Last Jedi that she maybe didn't entirely recover from the stuff in Last Jedi. I don't know if anyone's not seen it.
So basically they'll just use her old dialogue and they'll be talking about something completely different and then it just makes it look like she's lost her mind and then she can just kind of like fade away into senility or something.
Who knows? They wouldn't have said they've got enough to work with unless they actually had enough to work with, so I'm trusting it for now. I didn't mean to get it back on Star Wars entirely, but I just
you did.
I don't think I'm even the one that started it. But,
who said Ghostbusters? That was
me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Troy, you're the one that
fault.
freaking started the Star Wars
your
thing.
fault.
I made one comment.
Yeah, I know. That's all it takes, Troy.
All right, who's starting? Mine's going to take a million years, so
okay, I'll do mine real quick. I might jump off here. I gotta.
Okay.
Oh, wait, you want me to do pickups from the last time I was on here?
Probably not. No. Unless you have highlights.
I want to see the whole thing,
whole room.
Highlights magazine?
Dude, you might as well just make a video out of this and, play that little bass beat you got going before the video. All right, so I got Streets of Rage 1. So I got them both now. Game Gear.
Or all three.
Did they do Streets of Rage 3 on Game Gear?
Oh, the Game Gear? No, I'm not aware of the Game Gear. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it was the Game Gear ones. Got this finally, Galaxy Force.
Oh, nice.
So, but it doesn't have a manual, so that's why I was looking earlier for a manual, and yeah, so
unrelated to the Transformers show you brought up earlier.
I think
yep. Yeah, that's why I was asking about the Galaxy Force stuff. And then the Gradius 2 vinyl.
Oh, cool.
So I got 2 of them now. I need to get the third one still, and they got came with a pretty cool like picture that you can frame. I guess you put all 3 of them together, makes like an image. There's some history on the back, and then the vinyl itself is pretty sweet. I haven't listened to this one yet. I'm probably gonna check it out though. Next couple days. Wow. I like that. So.
Those are so cool. When they do that to the discs.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I got going on this week.
And you're done?
Yep.
Yeah. I'll go since I only have 3 things. And I showed 2 of them earlier, so I'll just go over it quick. Eric might appreciate these, more Transformers. I got the new Siege line Optimus and Megatron figures.
Oh, yeah.
These guys are both awesome. Other than I mentioned earlier, like the Optimus has a little bit of back and arm kibble, but other than that, it's like almost perfect Geo and Optimus. They've got like the battle damage paint, but if you are really bothered by the fake dirt paint on them, it's apparently really easy to take that off. Megatron's a little bit more fiddly than Optimus because Megatron figures in general are a little fiddly because I don't know what the deal is, but they would never design an Optimus Prime figure with a head that doesn't lock into place in robot mode. It's weird. Unlike that and a few little tiny blemishes, I really like this guy, though. Also, he has a giant badass sword. So, those are awesome. Recommended if you're interested in getting some of those. And they're in better scale with the other figures in the line, other than the last 2 Optimus Primes. It's like, Optimus is cool, but he shouldn't be the same size as Bruticus, for Christ's sake.
What are their names? Siege? Siege what?
Yeah, it's like War for Cybertron Siege is the current line.
Are they current? Are they out now?
Yeah, they just came out. They're a little bit more expensive than the previous couple lines. Like, they're like $5-10 more. But I could feel like as soon as I got them out of the box, it's like, oh, the build quality is much better.
I'm not finding it on Amazon.
Well, Amazon's weird with Transformers in general. I'll show my last thing just to get it done. But it's the new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. I never got it on Wii U, so good opportunity for me. Plus, I prefer the Switch anyway. It's actually a fun console to use. So that's it for me. But I'll find a link for the Transformers, and you can look at those. But who wants to go next?
I can. I got one thing.
Okay.
This came in the mail. I got a part of the last eBay discount code. I actually got it for even cheaper. So this is only a couple of bucks because there was that coupon code for eBay, and I made an offer, and the guy accepted it in time. So this was only a couple of bucks. It's Dead-Eye Duck from Bucky O'Hare. So,
nice.
So just another one for the little toy shelf. So doesn't have his guns.
Do you have the other one?
Yeah, I have Bucky, and I have I forget what the general. I think it's General Toad or Ward, wherever it was the bad guy. My favorite 2 were Bucky and Deadeye. So picked them up for a couple of bucks. So yep, that's about it.
Okay.
I can go. Let me see. I haven't been on all year. I'm thinking about it.
Well, it's only been like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't here last
All
week.
year.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't do one on the 4th. We didn't do one on the 1st, right?
No, we did not, and we didn't do one on Christmas.
Yeah, because it was back-to-back Tuesdays.
Yeah. So here, I will show one thing. I got a GorillaPod. If you're at all familiar with these, it's got this like. These are really good for people who want to do filming out here like this. So maybe my channel will finally start seeing some stuff again.
Nah.
Oh shit.
We'll see.
I want you to do some.
Oh, I totally do too. I need to get back in a rhythm.
Oh, thanks
stuff. I saw that GameFly was, so I ended up getting this for my brother-in-law for Christmas. Thank you, Eric, for hooking me up with the deal. But GameFly had it for $15, and so I got back God of War. I had traded my copy back in while the trade credit was really good. So now I have my copy of that.
Oh, so you needed a copy too?
I did too, but I wanted to make sure that he got his, and then that GameFly deal came through. Okay. And GameFly give you everything. Like, granted, there's not anything else to it, but this insert is still there.
So how's the disc?
Yeah, disc condition. This is what we want to see.
Because I've been tempted by GameFly before.
Yeah, disc is. I don't know how well that's going to work.
But I swear that it's like a crapshoot. I don't think you get everything every time from them. I think
it looks good. It looks like it might have been wiped with a cloth, but it looks good.
But
there's no notable scratches on there.
I still think you got lucky with the case, because I swear I thought I heard that sometimes you just get the disc, like at the crapshoot.
No, like they specifically say that you get because all they send around is the disc, and they hang on to all the innards.
Okay. Ryan, you're talking about GameFly. You're
not
confusing it with GameStop, are you?
No,
GameStop is a crapshoot.
No,
GameFly.
GameStop sucks. I don't trust.
Redbox is a crapshoot. Do not do that. Like that's a
Redbox. Okay.
Yeah, those are the ones that are like outside the grocery stores.
Is that used inventory you guys are getting from them?
Yeah, it's one of their. The GameFly does their when they
check that out. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, like they'll drop prices on them, and then like Cheap Ass Gamer or Wario 64 will post it, and it's like you got to jump on it. Yeah, Travis is in the chat. He says Jake uses it a lot. He uses it for Switch stuff too. Like,
do you have to be a subscriber to it though?
Nope. You don't even need to sign up with an account. You can purchase it as a guest.
Okay.
It came quickly, and the price was great. So, yeah. On another note of a great price, I jumped on this because it was on Amazon, and we announced it as a game of the month. So I got the Shenmue 1 and 2 remaster.
Nice. On the correct console, too.
Aha!
Oh.
Aha! Then I decided I wanted to fill out. So I ended up getting, when I came out to PRGE the first time, Eric, you sent me home with a bunch of. Where'd they go?
Xbox demo discs.
Xbox demo discs, yes. And so that stacks right there.
Right there, yeah.
Yeah, they were here, but they came down. I found 2 lots on eBay, and the price was good. Roughly came out to like $1 a disc.
Nice.
But and then I have a third lot that's actually in transit now. Once that lot gets here, I will have discs 1 through 48.
Ooh, nice.
And I'm only a couple away from. They stopped doing ones. So disc 64. I've been doing some research on this. Disc 64 was the last one that would play in both 360 and Xbox. And I'm only a couple away from having all of that. So, but this one lot that came in, I was ecstatic about, because this I have never seen before. This is disc 0.
Oh, nice.
This one, this was their November, because the first issue didn't come out until December. But yeah, there is an issue 0 that I only see one copy on eBay for, and I was trying to see if the guy would has been sitting on it for a while, and if he would come down, but his price is nowhere where I want to be right now for the magazine. But I got the disc as part of this lot for basically $1 a piece. Then we have disc 1, disc 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 of disc 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 38, and 40.
Where did the ones I gave you start? I thought they started pretty close to 1.
Some of them did. You actually gave me 2, 5, 6, 7. So like some of the gaps that I have now filled with that.
Okay.
I will have some extras that I will figure out what to do. I may just throw them back up on eBay and see if somebody will compensate me for them. But yeah, because you had like 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
But I was missing like 11 and 13 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 0.
Nice.
Is that
so
the demo discs you're collecting?
Yeah, these are the demo discs that came with the magazine.
Mm-hmm.
And this other lot is 34, 35, 37, 38, 39, 40, 43, 44, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. The Final Fantasy 11 one, which also came with issue 54 and 55. So
very cool.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to go get these now because something's going to happen. Something's going to happen.
It's going crazy. Yeah. Somebody was just asking for PlayStation ones the other day. Send me your PlayStation discs for the demos.
Well, like, I just have a feeling. I have a feeling that Xbox is going to spike. And, you know, like that lot that I don't know if you guys pay attention to Cody and Kelsey and the Pink Gorilla store a whole lot, but they bought like a lot of like 400 Xbox games at some like charity auction or something. And I'm like, it's starting, like it's gonna start happening. But
what's that?
Where the interest in the Xbox picks up, you know?
Oh, I think I've kind of been noticing that too. Like Xbox is getting back the original, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd just like to say I was there on the ground floor before it became popular. And I want everyone to know that. I'm making that claim right now.
Yeah. Hey, I went and grabbed up, like, with the exception of that Metal Wolf Chaos, which I don't know if I'll ever own a copy of that.
Not original anyway.
Well, I mean, I could get the redo, but the Japanese Metal Wolf Chaos is the most expensive individual disc on Xbox, but it's Japan only.
So it doesn't count.
It doesn't count. But like I went and grabbed it this summer. I went and got a deal from Scott, and I nabbed a bunch of the like really sought after ones. I can't remember what like my most like Marvel versus Capcom 2, I think, is like my most like the highest on my list as far as like rarity. And I had a copy, and I traded it away for NES games at the time, because that's what you do. Ebb and flow.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're making me want to dig through mine now. I don't really have a whole lot.
Your Xbox games?
Yeah.
There's some good stuff there. There's good stuff that people are not talking about yet.
You know, I actually had a dream the other day about how I had an original Xbox, and like the girl I was with at the time, she got it for me for Christmas, and like I was thinking about that, and I remember I wasn't too hyped about it because I was on the just PlayStation fan, you know, and like I think on it and was like, dude, that actually was kind of cool, you know.
Yeah,
it came with like the Jet Set Radio bundle and the GT disc.
I had that one.
And I think at that point it had already been out for a while. But
mine was the No, that one was pretty early. Because that was still when like Sega was like the primary developer, like pumping games out for the system. I got the because that's Sega GT 02.
Thanks, Peter Moore, for that.
It worked.
Sega trying to take a job with Xbox.
I only got 51 play Xbox games.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of filler, and I'm pretty happy with that so far. But there's some, like that Outrun.
Oh jeez,
2006.
I know.
Yeah.
Good luck, dude. That one's like freaking ridiculous.
Well, I mean, it's a matter of like, do I want to pay it, right? Like, I could probably just go, like, if I really wanted to, I could probably just go buy it right now. But
you can go get the PlayStation one for like a quarter of the price of that one, the PlayStation 2 version of it. I mean, I'm just saying,
or the PSP. There's a PSP version also.
The PlayStation 2 version is way more affordable. In which I don't understand that. I guess that's just going on rarity hype there. You know what's a good one? Did you ever get? Do you got Dino Crisis 3?
I don't.
I got that one. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a couple Outruns right now that are buy it now is for $125, $113.
What's another one that I came across an obscure one? Kingdom Under Fire Heroes. I think
that's the Dynasty Warriors style, but like medieval.
But it was made by Blue Side, and they released Kingdom Under Fire on the
Crusaders
360, and I really wish I would have kept my 360 stuff. And like that game was awesome. Yeah. Yep. No, not Heroes.
No, the Xbox one you're talking about, the 360. I mean,
the 360 one. Yeah, that one was pretty cool because it was kind of like a Phantasy Star style gameplay. You'd run out and do missions, but I don't know, man. I really wish I would have kept my 360 in the games I had because I had a ton of games for that too. But I just jumped off the Xbox bandwagon because it was just trying to balance both the systems and every release. I was like, that's just too much.
Should I do pickups?
Yeah, that's on task.
All right, so there's a backstory to it. So basically,
meanwhile, back at the plot.
A family friend of mine her son was getting out of like getting rid of all the previous generation kind of stuff that they have, and he just turned 16. So this is pretty recent stuff. I mean, like in the grand scheme of video games, but pretty awesome stuff. Some of it not so awesome, but the things that are awesome are amazing and great additions to my collection. So basically what the deal is I told them I'm going to keep what I'm going to keep kind of thing. And then I'm going to sell what, are doubles or I'm not interested in or whatever at game shows. And I'll just give them like half the money for it that I get. So the problem is I want to keep a lot of it. So we'll see how that goes. If not, I'll just throw them some cash or something like that. But there's no rush. It's not a big deal because they were just trying to get it out of the house anyways to begin with. But you can see here there's a Mario edition, like whatever, the 25th red Wii, and that's still nice. And the box a little bit beat up, but not too bad. There's just like one rip on one of the flaps, but that's pretty good. And I'll just show this. There was a whole whack of like Skylanders. There's like a 40-liter bucket full of them.
That.
I'm going to sell a lot of that, but some of them are actually quite valuable. Like there's these kind of, like he got like a lot of the variant E kind of things. Like there's like this kind of stuff. I don't know if you can really see that with the glare, but it's like a elite something or other. These probably are a little bit more valuable, and there's another one that's like he has that's like worth like $100 online. So I don't know, I'll probably sell it anyway. But he had a Wii U in there. which I want to keep as a backup. That's the 32 gig model, and then
it might become uncommon later anyway.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, but you know, and then or like a gamepad breaks or something, and then a whole like there's a bunch of sort of schnickel fritz kind of stuff.
Schnickel fritz.
Except for, well, actually, this is pretty good. Like, but it's a double, so there's that, and then there's.
What kind of monster do you summon if you say that 3 times?
Those, and like a lot of them are just like Just Dance and Skylander stuff because he had all the games for Skylanders, but you know, but whatever. That's gonna be like a $1 bin at the show or at the berry swap. Bunch of stuff in there.
Lips. There's a game in there called Lips.
Lips. Yeah, it's a singing game.
Yeah.
And then more of that kind of lips stuff, but that's that part of it. But then there's actually like pretty decent games.
How do you feel about Lips?
I liked it. It was fun. I like karaoke. So then there's these guys. Don't know if you can see all that, but like Splatoon, Super Mario Bros. Wii, U. What's that? The new one, the new Super Mario Bros. U, Smash Bros. Nintendo Land, and then so like Super Mario Maker was in there, which I didn't have. New Super Luigi U, which plummeted in price because that new game came out on the Switch, but still I did not have that, and I've never played it, so it's pretty awesome. Mario Kart 8, which I didn't have, which sounds odd, but I just don't pay retail. And then Mario Party 10. And then this, which is the Super Smash Bros. For Wii U Steelbook, which I believe was only in Canada.
Yep, I didn't see that anywhere here.
Yeah. So that's thing, awesome. If you look that up on eBay, that's worth like $100 right there. And I want to keep it.
Maybe $100 Canadian.
Uncommon game.
So
uncommon
that, and then all those Skylanders. This headset I'm wearing, an Xbox Seagate 2 terabyte drive, like external drive. That thing's worth like $100 too, used. Maybe 50 or 60, 70, I don't know. And then the burden, and then like a Xbox 360 with like a whole bunch of stuff in here, mics and controller, Connect, really dusty bin, power supply.
Hey, it's the slim version. That's good, at least.
Yep. So that's something that's going to be for sale because I already have 2 of those that I use. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else? But yeah, just like a bucket ton of Skylanders. Oh, and a whole whack of amiibos. Like this whole thing is full. I think there's like 20 of them in here.
You could do what I did when I got that lot of Transformers and just show all of them.
Boom. 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 Oh, I don't want to keep these. Like, so there's another problem. This is the DK thing that's like a Skylander slash, I think. It's a Skylander slash whatever, and then he's in here somewhere. Boom.
Roasted.
Boom.
Roasted.
Boom.
Roasted.
Boom.
Roasted.
Boom.
Boom.
Roasted.
Boom.
Roasted.
We gotta sync it at the same time.
There.
Boom.
Boom.
Roasted.
So some of them are the Smash ones, and some are the whatever. I don't know. I don't know a lot about them, but they're awesome. Kaboom.
I think that Shovel Knight one's kind of wanted.
I think Pac-Man might be worth something, actually.
Oh, yeah?
And the Zelda ones are worth something.
Well, the Zelda ones got Second Life breathed into them.
So it has like both of these, like this one and that, like the very
two variants, yeah.
slight difference in them. He has both of them. Then,
was this an estate sale or something? Or
no, it's a friend of mine. Just his or her kid was getting out of video game stuff and trying to get rid of all the stuff
reap
was
all the benefits.
cluttering up their house. So I'm like, I'm a big nerd. I'll take it. And then, he lost his base somewhere in here. He just
damaged.
Oh,
Don't want it.
Sonic.
Just the base came unglued from the. Oh, not a huge deal. Kirby.
Almost there.
Dude, good.
And
Lucario.
What's it called?
Lucario.
Is this a Pokemon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not.
There's always a stupid amount of Pokemon in Smash.
That carrier's probably
the carrier's cool.
worth a few bucks too. Probably
yeah, so most of those I'll probably end up keeping. I think I have this one, but I don't have a whole lot of them. But like now that I see them, I'm just like, oh man, they're so cool. Look,
like nice figurines, if nothing else.
Yeah. So then I have to figure out where I'm going to put them in this tiny little room that I have for a game right now.
See, that's some of the stuff I like about Nintendo, though, is when they hold their original franchises, and do that kind of stuff. I like that.
Mm-hmm. And I think that was pretty much. I think that's pretty much everything that was in that bunch of stuff. But there's a lot of things, and those Wii U games I'm pretty stoked about because about half of them I'm adding in.
Nice.
And I didn't have because I don't pay retail. I just wait.
Nintendo, it's a very long wait for the prices to come down, if ever.
Well, and then like people have been posting videos lately now about these Wii U's, and they're like, the new ones are selling for $800.
Wii U,
right?
Yep. Like
they're posted for $800. Whether anyone's actually paying for them is up for debate.
Why is that?
I think they're new in box, so collectors are going like, this is going to be valuable later, so they're paying big prices for it.
Well, it was kind of a
like Pat
missed
the makes a video on it, so of course that means everybody's even more interested in it now.
Yeah, like the only two consoles in recent memory that are even slightly likely to have just a general value spike are Wii U and Vita, just because they were so skipped over.
Yeah, but they're good systems, right? So
yeah.
It's going to be like a GameCube syndrome, only worse.
I don't think the Wii U is going to be like, with all the re-releases, I don't think it's going to be a hot commodity.
Well, whatever gets passed over for a remake, absolutely.
I don't know.
It will be at least desirable, if not expensive.
It could. When everybody's handheld pieces are broken and they want that.
Yeah, especially. Actually, that's a really good point. They messed around with that in a really bad way.
Well, I don't know. Like, I just find that the like the gamepad for the Wii U, I've heard people had. I've never broken mine because I'm gentle with my stuff, but I've heard like they break down pretty easily. So, I mean, in the future, what are people gonna do? It's not like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like anything.
There won't be a third party alternative that they can add.
I'm sure there might be at some point, but
you'd have to probably homebrew it.
Yeah, the homebrew.
Where's Jared?
Actually, the homebrew market for it right now is really good.
Couldn't it play GameCube too? Or was that the?
Yeah, you have to hack
it.
The
Wii.
They can play the Wii, but
it can play GameCube if you hack it.
Yeah,
GameCube. You can do it can be like a full emulation machine. Yeah, and it's sort of like there's like a burgeoning scene around it, so it's just going to get better and better.
Yeah. Also,
I might actually hack this one just to see if I can do it. It seems pretty easy.
Also, just because I transformed them while you were doing your pickup, so I figure I'll show the Optimus in vehicle mode.
Wait, you weren't paying attention while I was
speaking? I was, but like I've transformed these guys a couple times. I can do it with listening. And
I didn't hear you making the transformer noise. So,
and Megatron. And that, of course, actually does move. The blade becomes the extended barrel. But they're really awesome figures.
Yeah.
And Optimus's axe has a cool thing because it transforms like that and folds in, and You can do that and make it a shield, but that's also for storage.
I thought it was a guitar for a second.
I know,
No.
I did too.
But it can, well, it is an axe, so so you can plug that onto the top of the weapon and put that on the back of the cab, which looks absolutely ridiculous, but it's good storage.
Yeah.
But yeah, the details on these guys are amazing, and they're complicated without being like too convoluted. Like this guy has a bunch of panels like here and just everything panels up, but it's not as annoying as like some of the previous ones where like you had to clip a whole bunch of things together and it just felt messy. This just feels really compact and neat. Anyway, that was a side tangent.
So are those considered toys?
I'm
Like,
confused by that question.
Would a kid play with these, or is this just for like?
They are
Like,
fully articulated action figures.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're toys. They're the mainline Transformers. They're not like the masterpiece collector
Okay.
ones or anything. But they are higher quality than previous lines because like they're $5-10 cheaper than what the previous lines were for each size class. But you can feel the quality upgrade. And the boxes aren't like the stupid bubbles anymore, except for like the tiniest ones. So that's awesome. Like these guys are just like Voyagers, which are like the medium size, like the one above the regular class. So those came in like the cardboard boxes you'd open up and pull the thing out rather than having to cut into it. And the deluxes come in that too, which is really nice.
So you buy one to keep it sealed, and then you have like two others, one where it's like in car mode or whatever, and then robot mode, and they're all like lined up next to each other.
No, but it's just like it sucks having to cut into the bubbles just because it's, well, one, it ruins the packaging.
Yeah.
But also it just it's just inconvenient and annoying to have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, I just figured I'd show the vehicle modes because they're awesome. Looking forward to getting more of those. Other topics?
What's going on there, Hugh Dog? You're pretty quiet.
Nothing. I'm just listening. I'm looking at my my spreadsheet too.
How's
He
your
is
Starlink?
also transforming Transformers right now.
No.
It would be transforming Transformer.
I do want to show one thing. I'll submit it to the forum here. Particularly Musty, because he's mentioned this in the past. If I can get these down. I grabbed Starlink for Switch and Xbox.
I was trying to get the Switch one, Ben, but they were sold out. We had like a deal for.
It's always on sale here. It's like
it's
always on sale. Like every week, it's on sale for like $30 here.
God damn it.
Musty.
Yeah.
What do you were once saying you were going to get the Xbox version to have the
I was thinking about it. I just haven't sunk any time into like it's still sitting down here on top of my desk.
Is the Switch version fun to play?
I had fun with the first hour or so that I played. I just picked it up and Red Dead at the same time, and so and Red Dead was the game of the month, so I had to focus my attention.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking of not keeping the Xbox version.
Okay.
Just to have the only reason to have it is for the physical ships, right?
Yeah, because you still get. Do you still
get the digital?
You still get that ship digitally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I suppose if you did not want the, unless the weapons are different, I don't know if the included weapons are different.
They're the same weapons. The Xbox one comes with 3 weapons, and the Switch one comes with 2 weapons.
Yep.
And the Xbox one comes with 3 weapons and 1 pilot, and the Switch one comes with 2 pilots and 2 weapons. But you get the other weapon and the ship digitally on the Switch.
And on the Switch one, isn't Star Fox is one of the characters?
Yeah. Do you know, Musty? Are the Star Fox missions new on the Switch, like in addition, or are they replacements for?
No, they are weaved into it, but they are an expansion.
They are an expansion.
Yes.
Okay. So the Xbox version, you'd get it's all the same. You just don't have the Star Fox missions.
Yeah, they did some. The opening cutscene, you can kind of see this. I don't want to say you can see the seams too much, but you could tell, like, okay, this scene just didn't happen. Because there's a point when the Star Fox crew gets added to the mix, and then, but then at the end of that whole sequence, there's another scene that clearly, like, I don't think you can see the R-Wing in it.
Yeah, okay.
Even though you will have played as the R-Wing through the entire opening.
I see.
So they did some fancy footwork to allow you to play as Fox and the R-Wing through the whole game, as I understand. But
yeah, I guess I'm leaning towards returning it. Is there any reason you think I should keep both versions?
Do you think it'll go up in price eventually?
I would not buy that as an investment piece. Let's just say that.
No, I'm not.
I don't know.
I got the Xbox One for $30 though. I mean, that's the going. Effectively, that's the going rate out here.
The only one I think that stands a chance of any value is the Nintendo version because of the Star Fox.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just thinking about it for the physical ship and the
yeah. I mean,
weapon.
if you because you ended up buying some of the like blister pack other ships, right? Like.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, if at some point you were like, if you decided that you wanted to have the entire fleet physically, then having that one would be good. But then in the back of my mind, do you also need to pick up the PS4 one?
Yeah, they all have an exclusive.
Well, no, there's not an exclusive for each of them. The Xbox and the PS4 editions are
the same.
Or a box variant. That's it, basically.
What about Target then?
But they're 4K, right? As opposed to the Switch version not being 4K.
Who was the
I don't know about that.
Check the back of that box.
There is a Target exclusive.
Check the back of that box right now.
That's a good point, dude.
I thought I saw a
Xbox
graphic
One X
comparison, and that's why I say that.
It does. It says, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's really small. And actually, it only says it in French and Spanish. Let me see if I can find it.
El Enhanso?
Yeah, it doesn't say enhanced. Here, I'll show you. You can see it. If you can see, let me know if it's not in focus.
That must be the Canadian variant.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Nope.
Yeah.
I can't see my own view now. Okay, can you read that? Is it in focus?
It's not close enough, but
it does say enhanced, or does it just say better on Xbox?
Okay, so I'm going to just read to you what it says. Okay, so it says, I can't read French.
We got a couple Canadians in the group here, so
it says
speak French.
No.
Migliori por Xbox One X enhanced.
I speak
Mejorado Xbox One X.
Okay, enhanced.
But it does not say in English enhanced for Xbox One. It says it in 2 foreign languages.
Weird.
But I'm pretty sure it's Xbox One X 4K enhanced.
Maybe.
Well, no, it doesn't say 4K anywhere. Anyway.
Hold on, I'm going to let me do a quick check on what that is.
While you're looking that up, I'm going to do this just to bug Eric, but I figured I'd transfer Megatron back so I can show you how well he scales with Blitzwing. Also, I had to do the sword thing just because you gotta.
It looks like it scales pretty well to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I Melissa's listening. I looked at the
much more difficult.
I don't want to say anything about my interest in those Transformers because Melissa's might be listening.
Oh, getting grilled.
No, those are cool. Those are cool. Thanks for the link. Optimus was like $60 or something, but
he's not supposed to be. He's supposed to be 30.
Yeah,
that's why I said Amazon's weird because they'll have like the wrong post and they'll have the wrong prices.
I'll look out for it.
The prices are like 20 for the regular ones, 30 for like these guys, and 60 or 70 for Shockwave and Ultra Magnus because they're the bigger ones. Ultra Magnus looks amazing.
Let me see if Target.
Shockwave looks like he should have been like this price, but they threw a bunch of like armor on him to make it justifiable, which is annoying. But he's still a good figure. So
okay.
Eric doesn't want to have to be Bob Vila for the next month. Don't get him in trouble.
I don't want to. I don't want to buy. I'm trying not to get into Transformers, but man, there's some cool ones.
Hey, the ones that you're like half interested in, but don't want to take the plunge on like the full price. Wait in like a few months, see if they go on sale. Like add them to your wish list and keep looking every now and then. Because I've gotten some Transformers on crazy discount. Like that tailgate, which I still need to get replaced, is what I got this for $6, and that's Canadian.
Dude, that Cutthroat I sent you is showing up as $40.
Yeah, as I said, Amazon sucks.
No, this is on Target's website.
They do that too with third parties. Yeah,
TF Source.
Check out bigbadtoystore.com.
Yeah, okay.
They might have discounts. They do price some higher, but that's because they're more hard to come by.
Crazy.
You can get like the waves in one package for like a discounted price, I think.
This kind of stuff would drive me crazy as a kid. I mean, it seems like these Transformers are maybe on the shelf for like a month and then they're gone.
Yeah, they're annoying.
It's like when I was a kid, I wasn't getting toys every month. Maybe at my birthday. That's once a year.
Yeah, some you could not go a day or two in a Walmart without seeing like 20 Ripper Snappers, but every other figure was like gone.
Yeah, that's
annoying. Like, and of course, Ripper Snapper is the only one I didn't ask you to pick up for me other than Hunger, and it's also the only one I have issues with.
Yeah, sorry, I don't remember if they had him. I think they. I know they didn't have Hunger.
I'm sure they had a ton of him.
They probably did, but they didn't have Hunger. And anyway, all right. Well,
so I found an article about Starlink.
Yeah.
And this guy it's actually an amendment to his review, in which he reviewed it on the Switch and said that, people who were interested in the game at all should buy it there. But now he is correcting that suggestion and saying to ignore the Star Fox content, do away with the Switch's cloudy, almost SD visuals, and you'll have a much better experience with it. Because he's saying that it seems like the Star Fox stuff was a late addition, and that by having Fox and everybody in there, you're actually not paying enough attention to this crew and the actual intellectual property that Starlink is providing.
Wow.
That's their thought. But they said the Xbox One enhanced game doesn't look to support 4K or HDR, but they're more crisp and smooth, so I assume they lock the frame rate and things like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I didn't want to buy it twice, and the Star Fox stuff is hard to get over, but I'll let you know.
What about the PS4 version, though? Because
I mean, that's what he's saying. If you play it on one of those versions, you get to enjoy the new IP better because it seems like they may have shoehorned in Star Fox at the end. He made one comment here. I've actually gotten to know the Starlink crew and have been fully immersed into the game's narrative now that the characters aren't talking around Nintendo's anthropomorphic space adventurers.
So is Star Fox cross-playable?
No.
Okay.
There's no cross-play.
Well, the character is what I'm saying. Like, if you bought one...
I don't know what would happen if you took this Star Fox as a pilot and put him on the Xbox, like, the way that you dock the ship. Like, I don't know what would happen.
On Skylanders, when you did stuff like that didn't support it, it just said, this is an unknown. Do you know if these things use NFC?
Yeah, there's a... No, it's not NFC. There's actually a physical... Here, I'll show you since I have it.
Like a cartridge.
I have it right here. Yeah, there's like a little... See that little piece there?
Yeah.
It has contacts on it.
Okay.
So, and the same with the ship. If you pull the ship off of there, the ship has one right here.
Yeah.
And that fits on into this slot here. So
I bet it says it's an unsupported. Because they would have to have something like that for future proofing anyway. If they were going to make a Starlink 2 and add a whole bunch of new characters, they'd either have to patch the old game with DLC because the old game can't be forward compatible, right? It's not going to know what the new characters are.
Right.
So if they were thinking ahead,
I mean,
they would
they
have
could
to make
update
a
it.
way. Huh?
They could update
Yeah,
it.
they could. They would have two choices. They would either have to update the original game, which is not cost effective for them, or just have a standard error that says, we don't know what this is. Put in a character we recognize. And that's, I'm guessing, what would happen if you plugged Fox in on the Xbox. That's my guess. If I keep them both, I'll let you know. But I don't know if I'm going to. And I had enough trouble with Newegg that I'm not sending the Switch version back. So I'm definitely stuck with that.
So now you look at the exclusives, like Amazon's showing the Starlink exclusive ship. Who has all the exclusives?
From my research,
You mean as far as like the individual ship purchases?
Well, it's probably like the stores, right? So you like Best Buy's probably got a special one, and GameStop's probably got a special one. And
from my investigation, it's GameStop and Target
and Amazon, because I'm looking right at it. The Cerberus.
That's the GameStop one.
Oh, really? It's on Amazon. It says the exclusive.
Does it?
Yeah,
because you can find the Target exclusive one on there too, but it's like $50.
It's for $25, and it's being sold by Starlink.
Okay. My understanding was the Cerberus one is the GameStop exclusive. If you go to GameStop and look at it, you'll see GameStop exclusive. And then there's one called Scramble, which I have, which is the Target exclusive. The interesting thing is that the pilots that come with each of those also have their own individual pack that's not an exclusive.
Oh, where they're just
the ships are exclusive.
Gotcha. Okay.
But the pilots you can get individually elsewhere.
So basically, the whole thing's like Skylanders, and it's going to be like freaking chaos until they burn it out.
It's Melissa doesn't want me buying it. Yeah,
I don't think. Are they really whipping them out right now? Because I don't think it's caught on like. I don't think it's caught on like Skylanders has.
No.
Well, Skylanders was only a yearly thing too, so.
I think this game's about
dead.
Maybe one or two more packs will come out, for longevity. But I bet you it'll be dead by next Christmas unless it gets super popular.
When did it launch, Musty?
It launched on the
over PRG
17th of October.
And by Christmas, it was 50% off at Amazon, Best Buy, and Target.
Well, I mean, I think it was getting buried.
Okay.
Under everything else, and I think by Red Dead and by all your shooters, and like they were trying to find. They're like, this would be a good game to get. I'm sure that they're in their mind. It's like let's give them the game as cheap as we could reasonably say, and then
they'll buy the other stuff,
and then they'll buy the other stuff, which is also discounted now. Like GameStop stuff is 50% off right now.
Oh, it is. Oh, I'm buying the exclusive. Yeah. Hang on.
Yeah, that Cerberus is only $12.50 right now.
Oh, I've been waiting for that. Oh, Melissa's gonna be pissed. I've been waiting for that one to go on sale.
This is pretty bad. I mean, you could get the Star Fox listing for $15 for the Switch right now with $2.66.
Listing? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Starlink Battle for Atlas Starter Edition Nintendo Switch has the Fox in it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
$15
for
the pack.
For the whole starter pack?
Yeah.
No way. Where's that?
On eBay with the chip.
With the chip, what does that mean?
The game.
Oh. Okay.
Don't rabbit hole down it, Eric. It's not worth it.
So here's what I'm thinking on this. I did want to make one comment about this. I'm thinking back to Assassin's Creed. This is Ubisoft, right? And isn't Assassin's Creed Ubisoft?
Yeah.
The first Assassin's Creed, I don't think it was received okay, right?
Yeah.
It was received okay. And Ubisoft came back and they made Assassin's Creed 2 really good, right? And now it's become this huge thing. So I'm not giving up. I think there's still some hope that Ubisoft is going to try to save this thing. But the fact that it went on discount so quickly is a little bit of a red flag, don't you think? I mean, 2 months, 3 months in, and the thing is half off everywhere. But I think Ubisoft might try to save this IP like they did And maybe you don't think that's a fair comparison, but I remember thinking that Assassin's Creed was going to be dead because people were like there was a lot of hype for it and they were disappointed. And Ubisoft came back and did a great job with the series. So maybe this series has some life in it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it's still promising. I mean, it's No Man's Sky, where out the gate, where No Man's Sky took what 15 months to finally get there.
This is an odd theory. Sorry, am I cutting you off?
No.
Okay, this is an odd theory, but they might have a reverse situation of what usually happens in terms of ports for the next one. If they make another one, if and when, I would not be shocked if they made it a Switch exclusive, and if it does well, then it would get ported to the whatever systems are out at the time, the other systems. So instead of coming out on the mainline systems and then going to Switch, it would be Switch and then ported up, if it does well enough. Because I imagine the best-selling version of this is going to be the Nintendo one. Or they will just do this into a backdoor to develop the next Star Fox, and they'll just make it like Starlink, but Star Fox.
I could see that.
It's going to be one of those two if they go off of sales projections, I think.
I have to wonder if the relationship to put Star Fox in there, if that had come earlier in the process, would it even be Starlink? Yeah.
This is a good test for that to see if they would do well as a Star Fox did. Because that's the franchise that Nintendo's just, they keep trying, but it's just like, we can't make this damn thing work. They either keep making Star Fox 64, or it doesn't do well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not even exaggerating with that.
Well, they know it probably sells well, generally sells well for them too as a franchise. Unlike something probably like F-Zero. You know, yeah. I don't think that's really sold well, even though people ask for it.
Critically and in terms of perception, I mean, more so than actual sales. Nintendo's just going to sell no matter what the hell you do.
I just think that aside from Captain Falcon, like, F-Zero just does not have any, like, notable personality to it.
They tried, but it didn't work. Like putting all the other characters in.
Yeah, wasn't there like a story one? Like one.
That's the GameCube one. It's made by Sega and received as the best one, but man, is that one hard? That one
I'm thinking of the one on the
insanely
Game Boy
hard
Advance.
with the difficulty.
Yeah, Game Boy Advance. GP Legend, I think, is the one with the story, but the other one, Maximum Velocity, might have had story in it. I don't know.
Oh, I thought that was the one that was just a port of the Super Nintendo.
No, maybe. I'm not familiar with Maximum Velocity. Game Boy or Game Boy Advance?
Sorry, Game Boy Advance for both. There were two, weren't there? And
I thought
one of them was
Velocity and GP Legend. GP Legend's the one I have. That's the one I know has story in it, and it's a new game.
Okay. Anyway, the one on the GameCube is really, really quite something. And yes, it was done by Sega. Awesome.
The Supreme Race.
Sega does. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Man, GameStop wants $5 shipping.
I know.
Come on, GameStop.
They sent me a $5 coupon too, and I was like, "Oh, I'll buy this." And I was like, "Oh, dang it! That just basically covers the $5 shipping because no store here has what I want."
Yeah,
ever.
Maybe I'll do that.
Maximum Velocity is the unique title.
It is? Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, thought it was just a port.
It's fine. Just they might as well all be to a certain degree.
All right.
I think I gotta go. Melissa, if you're watching, pop in on stream so we can.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off so she can jump in on here. Thanks, everyone.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Thanks for your help. Musty, everyone. Good night.
Yeah, for sure.
So what are we doing here?
And then there were 4.
Okay.
I see the South Park Fractured But Whole complete edition still is only $20 on GameStop's website.
The one on the Switch?
On all consoles.
The Switch one just got a huge discount.
Yeah, they're all $20 right now for the complete edition. Now I got the regular edition for Christmas, but No, I don't know if it's worth buying. I didn't see. I don't think I saw too many positive reviews for the DLC, anyways.
I just like whenever anyone tries to say the name of that game, they pronounce it like you would have one of like the automated voices on the computer say it. South Park, the fractured butthole.
The fractured butthole.
Yeah, it's like everyone's trying to get around it. They do like one of the Microsoft Sam voices or whatever it is, like the fractured butthole.
And the thing is too that Taku ones, like they sold out instantly for the Banjo and Conquer. I saw a Banjo one and I passed on it because I thought I could at least after talking with one guy at a different GameStop, they both the first one told me they only got one Conquer and one Banjo of those little whatever Taku.
Yeah, little figurines.
Yeah,
those are freaking tiny.
I wanted the Conquer one, and like I said, I passed on the Banjo one, and then I went back the day after, and it was gone. And of course, at the second store when I went to go check, the guy told me that they only got one of each, basically, and they were gone instantly. So now they're not available at all on their website. It's kind of weird. Like once every store at least got one,
Yeah, it's like the RPG syndrome. Like you get a release from an exclusive, not exclusive, but obscure RPG, and GameStop will only get like one copy.
Well, my thing is, with that is they're the only store that I know sell that stuff. So
I think it's exclusive. I don't hear about them outside of that. Mm-hmm. Like I literally have to go to the EB Games website to even know they exist.
Mm-hmm. But whatever.
I saw them in the store once though, and they're like freaking tiny.
Yeah, not necessarily I saw the franchises I don't care about.
Yeah. It's cool that like other franchises are getting stuff through that otherwise wouldn't. Like there's a Ni no Kuni one for the second game. And there's like of course there's God of War and Atreus ones. But there's like a Wipeout vehicle.
Yeah, but the thing is I see like multiple of those ones. And like you can go and you'll see like 4 or 5 of each one, but every store only got one of those. I find that a little weird.
What is it you guys are referring to?
These little figurines that are exclusive to, at least as far as I'm aware, to GameStop and EB Games. But they're much smaller.
So they're carrying like Gashbon type stuff, or
they're not Gachapon small, but they're in between a Gachapon and a Amiibo, I would say. That's going off of seeing them once, so I could be wrong. But
and you can see them on their website?
Yeah, it's Totaku, I believe. Is that right?
Totaku, yeah. Totaku.
I didn't even hear about this.
Exactly.
And like, oh, you know what this is? Are they come in the little bags?
No.
Are they randoms?
They come like Amiibos, like a packaging, just like Amiibos.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I didn't even hear about this, dude.
Exactly, but there's a ton of them.
What the
fuck? Might. Do you see the Sea of Thieves pirate skeleton all that much?
Let me look. Sea of Thieves pirate skeleton.
No, I meant like Ryan.
Well, I saw.
In terms of stock.
Which one? Sea of Thieves? Like.
Yeah. I'm just saying, is that a frequent sighting, or is it similar to the other ones? Because it might be a Microsoft.
I don't think I saw that one before. I've only seen for Rare. I've only seen Banjo and Conquer to be honest. That I was aware of.
Those were all rare.
I've seen the God of War ones. I've seen the Uncharted ones. I've seen the Bloodborne ones. I've seen.
So all the PlayStation ones are very common.
Yeah.
I guess maybe Microsoft has a limited license through it, because all the ones you're saying are Microsoft/Rare.
True.
So that's the connection. It's like the Banjo, Conquer, and Sea of Thieves ones are the ones that are hard to find, and those are all the Microsoft Rare exclusives.
Did they carry them though at Microsoft or at
Yeah.
GameStop?
At least from what I'm hearing from Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of, I don't know. I guess allegedly every store, the two that I hit up basically told me that, and then I just went through their website and searched the locations, and they said they only had it on their website, and then I looked the next day, and they're no longer available. So, because I just didn't want to pay for the shipping. GameStop used to do stuff where, like, if you wanted free shipping, like, you would say orders for me, and they would ship it to the store. And then, like, you can get it, or pick it up at the store and not have to worry about paying for shipping. But now they don't want to do that nonsense anymore.
I'll tell you what, dude. When you do a scroll down and it shows you a picture of it, the quality is freaking just not there, though, dude.
Yeah.
Those are not $10 statues, in my opinion. Those are freaking like $5 just for the licensing, because those
They're
are
15
not,
in Canada.
those are
why I have
not
none of them.
good. I mean, the Knuckles one looks all right with the gem, but
see that
alloy
$10 price is like the my limit, basically, where I'm like, I'm willing to pay $10 for it.
Look at the alloy one, dude. I mean, it looks terrible, dude.
Well, they are very small, so it might just be a factor with they can only put so much detail on that size class of a figurine in a mass production. Because like
That's
you
just
see,
weird, dude.
see some of the 3 1/4 inch Star Wars figures, and the faces are all messed up because it's just such a small figure. You can't get the details right.
Yeah, they say they're only 10 centimeter.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's worth $10. I ain't gonna rabbit hole on that one.
Yeah, that'll be a no.
I'm not gonna rabbit hole on that. The one that people should have been rabbit holing on is World of Nintendo Toys, I think, before that. And I've thought about rabbit holing on those and trying to backtrack, but I gave up on the idea because I was like, it'll be like the Amiibos.
This is all I have for those. Is Mario Kart Mario. And there's only one reason I have this. That's what he's supposed to look like. Notice anything missing?
Dean hasn't bought that off you yet?
No, balls in your court, Dean. I'm just waiting on an offer. I have no idea what to even say for this.
Show it again. Show it again. Is it his arms?
I'm still showing it.
Yeah, his arms are missing.
The arms and the wheel were not packaged. This is sealed.
I've looked at those online too, and the misprints people go crazy about.
Yeah.
It sounds like a major manufacturing thing.
Yeah,
maybe it's intentional. Maybe it's intentional.
I would imagine it's just like that part, either it skipped that part on the manufacturing line, like either that part ran out with that exact figure and it didn't stop it, or like that just kind of fell out of the line by accident and they packaged it up and no one noticed it. Seriously, I'm not looking for like a ton of money for that thing. I just want an offer that's fair without ripping Dean off.
Sure.
Like, I don't want to be ripped off, and I don't want him to be ripped off. But I paid $11. It's all profit from there.
I'm looking at the Anthem pre-orders.
I couldn't find it. I looked on Amazon, and they just don't have it.
They got an $80 price tag on GameStop.
Well, that's what it should be in Canada.
For the nice one, for the collector one.
Oh, okay. That's what the normal one is in Canada.
Yeah, I'm totally content with waiting. Maybe even waiting like a week. Because online games, by sheer definition, usually have hiccups. And so...
I'm just wondering what this is. It says pre-order Anthem at GameStop and receive an exclusive Edge of Resolve vinyl.
I have no idea. The hilarious thing is when you search Anthem on Amazon in Canada, what comes up is Kingdom Hearts 3 and Rage 2. And the art book for Anthem. They don't have the freaking game. But yeah, I'm on my second Destiny. I think I will wait for reviews on that one. Thank you.
Yeah, that was one of the ones that P1 said that we we were all like
gonna get it,
hyped for it, and then yeah, I need to see when he gets back, which is like a week. We'll have to see where he's at, and
try and get him to get into Warframe.
The one thing I will say though on Anthem is like when I was in the hub area, which is like the central, like in Destiny, you went back to the city.
Mm-hmm.
It was called the hub, and you went back there, and it was, I don't know, man. It just seemed really tight, packed. Like, didn't seem like it made a lot of sense, but your shop would be just a little walk to the right, go to the back a little ways, talk to another guy to get missions, and like, I don't know if that's just because that was a specific city possibly, and it seemed like you were kind of being launched out of a structure back up into the air, like it kind of like you'd fly out into this structure type thing, like a tube almost, but it was just like frame of a tube, it was weird, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, that part I didn't really like the hub, but the world being out in the world, it was kind of cool. I found the stuff where I was farming. I would go back to an area after a while and the stuff would reappear. So in my opinion, that gave it kind of a cheap, like farming aspect. But then again,
well, you have to at a certain point.
But then again, to me, it made me think, okay, so I'm going to need resources. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I would definitely say if it plays the way that they're made it portray in that alpha, and like if it does actually open up, and like I tried to play harder level, like you can play the levels on a harder level difficulty. And I mean, I just went up like one step and like it was like an ass kicker. So I mean, you definitely are going to need a group if you're going to go ahead, unless you farm the hell out of stuff or they got some kind of loot chest thing, in which that's possibly something
they said they won't
about.
They already said they won't.
Yeah, for now. Isn't
or at
there
least,
a beta?
At least not in those terms, but
no,
they'll find a way to get you currency, I'm sure.
Yeah. Probably cosmetics. Anyway, isn't there a beta starting at the beginning of February?
Yeah, there is going to be a beta. I don't know when for sure.
Open or pre-order?
I thought the game was out on the 20. Oh, it's at the end of February. Sorry,
22nd, February 22nd.
Gotcha.
I was just for some reason
I was thinking
dates.
I was thinking January 25th for a second, but that's like RE2.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
another good one.
January is Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yep. Melinda's got that pre-ordered.
Another my pre-order on that just because I'm not going to get to it anytime soon. I haven't even played anything after 2, which it's crazy that 3 does not follow 2. That series makes no sense.
Everything after 2.
Did you guys ever play the Front Mission games, like Front Mission 3 or 4? Well, at the beginning of March, they have one called Left Alive, which they released a new trailer for, and I definitely want to get that one. It kind of looks like a Metal Gear aspect to the world of the Front Mission mechs, and you always seen the little troops in Front Mission, and it was weird. Like in Front Mission 3, you could take the mech, punch it or something, you would knock the pilot out of the mech, and like you would have to, like, for a turn that would screw you over because like your guy might have like 1 hit point or 2 hit points, and another mech, if he sees you out of your mech, he'll shoot you and kill you. That's game over for that pilot. But that mech will be like open. You can do that to the enemies too, and it'll be open on the battlefield, and you can walk up beside it, take over that mech, and add it to your lineup of mechs.
But it sounds like Titanfall learned a lot of lessons from this game.
Well, this was a PlayStation 1 game.
I know.
It started on Famicom. And,
I'm being slightly sarcastic, but that's a lot of like the gameplay of Titanfall.
No, but check it out, dude. Left Alive. Like, I mean, I think it's going to be a pretty cool game. I'm pretty excited for it. I just hope it doesn't let me down.
back to Kingdom Hearts for half a second with the after 2 thing. It sounds ridiculous saying, like, I haven't played anything between 2 and 3. It's like, you would think that just goes one right after the other. But it's like freaking Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance, 358 Days Over 2, and Recode, and probably some other nonsense. And the Prelude chapter, which is only available in 2.8, which includes Dream Drop Distance, and I think Recode. It's madness.
So it's like, it's not, I'll tell you that, it doesn't sound very inviting to people who want to join in, basically.
No, it is not intuitive.
With the 2.8, and it seems like it just keeps, shoehorning in extra crap, to...
And it's all essential.
Yeah, I guess.
Of
but
course,
it just makes me not want to play it.
Yeah, you can obviously just watch a story recap and go right into 3. It does not matter. It's more of a want than a need for me to play the other ones.
Yeah.
But I just know I'm not going to get to it anytime soon. So, gotta cut it somewhere. Save some money.
Sure.
I'm already getting it. I would already be getting it for $30 off, which sounds more impressive in US dollars than Canadian, because it starts at 80, so it's like 50. So it would be like $10 off into the US. But I'm just not going to get to it. I bought so many games the last 2 years where it's just like, I'm going to play this immediately, and then I haven't touched it. I just have not touched them.
Has anyone tried the Resident Evil 2 demo?
I planned to, but I didn't.
I don't want to, because I pre-ordered the game and I'm already excited for it. So I'm like, I don't want anything. I kind of just want to take it all in.
You're already in. You don't need to be sold on it.
Yeah. I've heard good things. I heard people are really enjoying it, so that's positive.
It's funny in a month where... Sorry to cut you off, but it's funny that in a month where Resident Evil 2 Remake and Kingdom Hearts 3 are coming out, the ones I am getting immediately and I'm excited for are the re-releases of New Super Mario Bros. U and Onimusha.
Yeah.
I got those right away, and I'm just going, I might cancel that Kingdom Hearts 3.
I'm actually scared.
Of games I've played before. That's
I'm scared of Resident Evil 2. That's why I haven't played it yet. Just like Resident Evil 7, dude. I was too scared to play it, man.
You wimp.
I just haven't seen a good price on the complete collection yet. That's why I don't have it yet.
I want Musty to play Resident Evil 7 in VR.
No.
Come on, Musty.
Sorry.
That kind of messes up the movement too, doesn't it, though?
I played it. That's the first time I ever played the game. Julian had it in VR for me.
Oh. Did you crap pants?
Nope. Julian's like, I can't believe you're not jumping. I was like, you know how many spooky games I've played in my life? I was like, I know all the tropes when they're coming. I know.
How many spooky games have you played on your face?
I've gotten... I don't know. I used to not be spooked by them, and now I am, dude. Like, those kind of games just...
No, they'll get you with some jumps, but that stuff doesn't scare me,
Resident Evil is very rarely scary.
Yeah.
They'll get like a jump scare,
dude.
Jump scare, but like
nuts.
With the dogs in the first game, I think. But
yeah, the jump scares through the windows.
Obviously, 7 is more creepy. It's definitely closer to Silent Hill than Resident Evil in certain ways, just atmospherically speaking.
I did play the Devil May Cry 5 demo. That was fun.
I keep forgetting that's a thing that exists.
How'd you get that, dude?
It's free on Xbox.
It's everywhere.
Is it on everywhere? This was on Xbox.
Well, Xbox and PlayStation.
I need to look this up. I didn't know about that.
So I downloaded it. It's good times.
Yeah, they said that it's like, this is a thing, and we'll never talk about it again.
Yeah, I think last week was the last week you could actually download it.
What?
Yeah.
I'm glad I downloaded it then. I haven't touched it, but I've got it.
I missed that?
Mm-hmm.
How the hell did I miss that?
Because they didn't talk about it.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to check out for the night. I think Musty is too.
Yeah, I've been doing Beat Saber workouts in the morning, so I'm like 6 a.m. I pop up, throw the headset on. So
nice. I've been meaning to, but I just haven't.
Yeah, I'm taking down some of your scores.
That's motivation.
No, you should see Church's scores.
I don't have him on my friends
Those are
list.
deflating.
Oh man, he had the top. He was number 6 on $100 bills on hard in the world.
Yeah.
Like I tried disappearing arrows and I just can't do it.
No.
Like eventually I'll be able to just be like, yeah, I know this. I know this song well enough that it doesn't matter, but I'm not there yet.
Yeah, what's his score compared to mine on Angel Voices?
You're at like what's yours?
600,000 something.
You're at like, I think you're like 624. I think he's at 656. And I cracked 600 today.
Yeah, that's not that impressively high. The song's just very long.
Yeah, that song is becoming like my favorite. Like I end on that one every.
Yeah, it's the endurance test.
Yeah,
that's your final sprint.
Yeah.
Have you started trying to do expert stuff?
Only the ones in the campaign that they've like. I'm at like 24 on the campaign, which is where they start getting me onto expert. But no, I haven't tried. I should just try expert and like dial down or like tick some of the modifiers to make that a little easier on me.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the name of the song because there's one that's really good to start with.
I cannot finish Balearic pumping on hard.
That or commercial pumping are the ones that are supposed to be really hard.
Commercial pumping I'm okay with. It's the one where it's like boop 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 boop, and you're like out down out down out down, and then you have to be doing something over here at the same time. Like
this Spotify playlist does not have every song on it.
It is.
All right, pimps. I'll talk to you later.
All right, I'll see you, Cody.
But it's
Beat Saber Tangent.
Yeah, but I want to say this one song because it's a lower tempo and fewer notes, so it's easier to start when you're doing expert. And plus, you can slow it down in the training menu.
Sure.
So,
I haven't really dabbled with the training stuff yet. I like the KDA song though.
The
League of Legends one, the one at the top. That song is I enjoy that song. They switch up the.
Why did none of these have the freaking song list? It's like Elixir or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's the Mustang. That's like the one song that's not made by Yaroslav Beck.
Yeah, try that like at maybe 70-80% on expert.
Okay.
Or 60, however low you want to go to try it out.
Yeah. Well, I can just take away some of the like. I almost don't want to take away the. Anyways,
just do no fail, slow it down a little bit, and practice.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you're not going to get used to it if you don't do practice on it. If you don't do no fail, you'll never get used to the song.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Yeah,
over. So that's why I'm running low on gas, is because I've been doing that in the morning, and it's been good. It's made my days. I've felt different throughout my day.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm gonna try and do it again tomorrow.
Yeah, I've gotten out of the habit, but I should get back into it.
Yeah. But yeah, look up, if you go into my friends list, you should see Church in there, and you should totally, you should. He's the only other, and the Q Dogs are like the only ones who are playing. So,
yeah,
it'd be good to have
Beat Saber leaderboard.
That's right.
For the Cartridge Club.
Yeah. But yeah, he's good. He's really good.
Yeah.
And he finished the campaign, which I haven't done yet.
Holy hell.
Yeah.
I'm still stuck on that freaking $100 bills with the only the left notes with the one-handed. It's impossible.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Call it a night. This was a good one.
Yeah.
Night, guys.
Yep.
See you later.
Yep. See you.